Hi, I'm Dana DiLorenzo, and you're watching and listening Death Curse Society, which is funny because I wasn't told that it was video. I was only told it was audio, and then I was told it was just going to be a tag, and now look what's happening. I'm doing graphics. Look at that. Subscribe, listen, watch, and then
Woo! Howdy, folks. Welcome back to... Howdy, folks. I don't know where that came from. Welcome back to another edition of Monday Maniacs from Death Curse Society. I'm Red Crank. I got Zigzag, and...
The Colonel is on assignment.
This is true.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to join us at all tonight, but
well,
you never know with him.
Yeah, if it's a mercy rule again, he might pop in here. Who the fuck knows? So go team, win big, and get the Colonel on the air as soon as possible.
That's right.
We'll see.
I do kind of need to preface the show tonight with something. We are actually coming to you live from the home of shitty Michigan internet. Ziggy's computer is streaming this one because I'm in the middle of what looks to be about 4 potential major storms, all converging like in my area. So
Crank is going to Oz tonight. We're going to see the whole fucking thing live.
There may be a point. I've got the weather on my TV. I'll keep glancing at that from time to time.
Yeah.
There may be a point if I just wave and get the hell out of here. Enjoy the rest of the show behind me because this may be the last time you see any of this.
Oh my God, man. Don't even say shit like that. This makes me, I have anxiety just thinking about that, Did you see what he's painting right now?
I did.
He's got me again, man. If someone don't, please, somebody buy that boat zombie fast. Please. I can't afford any more of these fucking paintings. And he keeps knocking them out of the park. I'm haunted already by that one already.
Yeah. It's, Yeah. He does great work, man. That's why we wanted to team up with him.
He's got all these purples and shit. It's like a sunset, and the World Trade Centers are there. It's the boat zombie in the perfect raised head pose, perfect film shot. Again, nailed it.
We're of course speaking of Angelo Mariano.
Yeah.
If you haven't followed him on social media yet, get on it. Follow him at Angelo Mariano Art, ARTE,
with
I believe. An E. Yeah. And check out some of his work. And of course, I mean, since you brought it up,
hey,
we are the exclusive purveyors of the Angelo Mariano collection, which you can pick up right now at our website. And I know at least one of you has already been to the website earlier today and saw the new item that is now available, which we've been meaning to put on there for a while. Yes, Rick,
There it is.
Lorena, it is available. I know Lorena saw it because she has already ordered one.
It's already
It's already in production. So yes, the Stranger Things DCS shirt is available now on the store. We also have hats back, but they're a little bit different. So hats disappeared for a little while.
I need one, so I'll have to be. I'll guinea pig this. Don't worry, I'll check them out.
Check that one out.
Yep.
So
we might be onto something here though, with like different kind of IP properties doing our logo and their fonts and everything. That's kind of cool. I like that.
I dig this shirt, man, and this is one of those that I always get compliments about.
Yeah, it's cool. It works. If I don't know,
minus the raindrops on the top of it right now.
Right.
I stuck my head out right before and got blasted in the face. So
I thought you lost the circle jerk again, and that was
that's it.
Remnants of that, but that's all right. Yeah.
It's a circle jerk of one because I've been alone for like the last 3 days. But yeah, whatever, man. Whatever.
I mean, sometimes you gotta double time that shit, man.
Would you stop?
Okay. Oh yeah. We got a show tonight. Fuck.
We got a show to do. Good Lord.
It was a crazy week this week.
Yeah. What'd you do this week? You had the big Easter sale.
Right. We got to the Easter sale this week. But somewhere during this week, I found time to see 3 movies. But I have to be honest, it all kind of ran together. I mean, from what I can remember, Godzilla and King Kong go on a late night talk show with the devil. It's kind of one of these, Jerry Springer things. And then the Ghostbusters show up and bust the whole party up. Something like that, right? That was what it was all about. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about
It's all 3 movies all at once. I'm so fucking tired. It was hard, dude, to see all these, but we did. And I was impressed with overall. I didn't hate any of them. I can leave it at that to start as a little teaser. I didn't hate any of them. That's very loose, though. Let's leave that open.
You didn't love.
I didn't love too many of them either. Yeah, but they weren't worthy of hate, like Night Swim, like some of these other ones.
Imaginary.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good.
Yeah, man.
That's a little precursor for what's to come.
Do the diligence.
Yep. Tonight we are going to do a double, maybe even a triple review, triple feature review. We're going to chat a little bit about Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire. We're going to chat a little bit about Godzilla x Kong, the new Empire.
It's WrestleMania season. Why not?
And then if we have a little time after that, we're going to talk about Late Night with the Devil because
it deserves it. It deserves
to talk about it.
Yeah, it deserves it. It's the buzz movie, the hot title right now. That's independent running around.
I love the fact that I think it was last Sunday it earned $666,000 in the theater.
I was like, get the fuck out of here. I had to look at the calendar. I go, is it April 1st already? Yeah.
On a Sunday.
Yeah.
So happy Easter to everybody out there for yesterday. Happy April Fool's Day today. Hope you haven't fallen for any pranks or anything.
You know what? I got today. And you know what it was?
I think I do.
I think you do too. It got you too? The Stephen King thing. Yeah, dude. They fucking used their font. They used their graphics. They used everything and made it.
One font was different, and that's what cued me off.
I was just scrolling, and I went, "Oh, that's cool." I didn't comment. I didn't, I made a mental note of it, and I was like, "Wow, he never does cons. That's cool." Didn't even think about it,
Right.
But yeah, not happening, and they're not happy.
Oh no, and because it wasn't them that did it, it was some other group that did it. So
they were being kind of dicky about it too, like, "Whoa, we didn't ask, for permission for you to spoil the joke so fast either." It's like, really, dick face?
Yeah.
You're going to put that on him. You guys get all the fun, and they get all the headache of answering all those questions now for the next month.
Right.
Because that's what's going to happen.
Oh, there's already a string about, well, what if we bought tickets based on that? Do we get a refund?
Jesus Christ.
Sorry. You should get charged $40 or $50 if you're that stupid to fall for that. And it resonate with you that long that you go on to another website and buy tickets for that event.
Yeah, I think before I pull a trick, I'm gonna look at it a little closer.
Well, and especially since it was shared by somebody that wasn't the official page. What we're talking about, folks, if you don't know, yeah, because we end up doing this all the time, and we very rarely go back and explain what the fuck we're talking about. But somebody made an announcement for Stephen King appearing at a Monster Mania event coming up in August in Cherry Hill, and shit went wild for a little bit.
Well, fuck, he never does these things. Everybody was like, fuck yeah. I guess they sold a few tickets right away based off that little bit of bogus information.
Oh, yeah. And Dave and all the crew up there are rightfully pissed off right now. And, but yeah, so it's not true.
It's not true.
Don't buy tickets. I do believe the Juliette Lewis thing is true.
Well, that was announced 4 or 5 days ago. So yeah.
So, but yeah, so which is a pretty good get for them.
I think so too.
Yeah, I heard she did pretty well in Horror Hound a couple weekends ago.
Yeah, so she did the Friday Saturday thing. And,
but anyway, yeah. Looks like most of the crew is rolling right on in.
I was starting to wonder, man. I was like, "Ooh, it's kind of a skinny room tonight." But then it's blossomed nicely.
Ooh, okay. I may have to pay attention here in 10 minutes.
Oh shit!
5-10 minutes.
Somewhere over the rainbow, there goes Crank.
I'll say this. My town is in kind of a bowl. Like, we're surrounded by higher elevation, almost 360 degrees around us. So we have what's known lovingly in this town as the Stillwater split that occurs quite often, where a storm is coming in from the west, moving east, and it will just split and go north and south of us. You know, happens all the time. If you've lived here very long, you 99% expect it to happen. There is that 1% of the time where no amount of elevation difference is going to make a difference. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on right now. I had some friends hit me up earlier that were just like, "Do you see anything up there?" I was like, "I see some stuff north, and I know there's stuff south, but yeah, we're cool right now, I think." But yeah, it's going to be interesting tonight. So, but yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, everyone's rolling in. There's the doc, Dr. Smiley, Lorena's in here, Bill, Grizzly. Dun, dun, dun. There's Gina, Patricia.
Oh yeah, everybody's coming in.
There we go. Joseph making fun of my howdy earlier, but also saying busting makes me feel good. Yes, I do agree. Talking amongst themselves. There we go. Yep. Oh, hey, Darianne, what's going on? Yes. Hope you're safe wherever you are.
Oh shit.
I'll see you in a couple of nights. I'll see you Wednesday though. Thanks for watching. Let's see who else is in here. There's Luke. What's up, Luke? Not been here in a long time. Luke was actually going to come down to Oklahoma at some point and do some tornado chasing, but he missed it today. You're late now.
Well, still might be able to witness it though.
Okay, now we're triple jinxing it.
No, we're not gonna. Yeah.
Dr. Smiley says, not the first time he got blasted in the face. I think about earlier. Thanks, man. Appreciate the backup on that. Which one is it? Nope, that one. I always get it wrong. I need to label these damn things.
I was gonna say, like, most pros kind of have a little
eat me
line under there.
Eat me.
Yeah, just a cue on or a page. Yeah.
Me.
It's all right.
Dun, dun, dun. There's Bronson. There's Gory Tiger. Yeah, everyone's rolling in. Thanks for coming in, gang. Yeah, there we go. Rachel. She's watching DCS and the weather too.
Split screens technology have come a long way. It's a totally possible feat. Thank you.
Yep. And there's BK. And there's Jimmy. Oh, boy. Yeah. Jimmy. But are we moist in Stillwater?
Oh, baby.
Yes. Some of us are.
Just look at his shirt.
And some of us not so much. Yeah. This better dry soon.
See, look at it. It's got a wick drying system in these shirts. They're great.
Hush.
How long has he been sitting here? Like 12 minutes, and it's almost completely gone. I don't know, dude. You sure you didn't have like ribs or something for dinner? What's going on over there? Uh-oh. Oh, shit. He might be gone, folks. Well, while we wait for him to catch up, I will bring to the stage. See, motherfucking Phase. What's going on, dude?
Hello, how's it going?
At least he looks happy. You know what I mean? So
He does. He's real happy up there.
we can say things, and he's like he's in on it. You know, he's.
Oh.
Hopefully he's okay.
I mean, I could do that for
Yeah,
him.
we can do that. Kick him for now until we see him move it again. He'll let himself back in. He's got it. All right. Well, let's do the thing here. We were just getting to the old. Thank you.
Members.
The thing. Yes. Oh yeah. He's out. He's totally out.
He's gone.
Faze and Lorena and BD Mags and Tyrone, our final girls and guys, our crazy Ralphs, Dr. Smiley, Rick and Raymond. Wait, I missed Raymond at Whorehound this weekend, man. This past weekend. You know, that was something, or 2 weeks ago now. Or, well, I guess it was just a week ago, a couple days. And then our regular counselors, 42nd Street, Pete, Corey, Luke, Dave from Michigan, Jim and Rachel, Stacy, Lynn, Orlando, Patricia, and that is, who is that? Kristen?
Yep, Kristen.
I can't even hardly read that. And JJ, not the JJ, but the JJ. Right. Thank you, guys. I don't have the applause, so we'll just give you some. Wait, I got you. I got you covered. Hold on a second.
You got one?
I got one for him. I did. Where is it at? There it is. Thank you, folks. All right.
There you go.
Well, shit, man. Boy, we're just about to get into this fucking thing, and he's fucking gone, you know? What the fuck are we supposed to do here now? All right, let me see. You can become a member, too, and support the DCS at deathcursesociety.com. All the details are there, or if you would like to opt in, Phase will call you personally on your time, anytime, day or night, to give you the details, okay? There you go. Thanks, Phase. How you doing, by the way?
Doing all right.
See, I'm not going to throw you out because, you know, then it's just
This
me.
is true.
You know?
I tried to go watch the Ghostbusters today, and the theater decided, well, I'm not sure what was happening. They said something was wrong with the screen, but they canceled the showing, so I wasn't able to see it today. I may try tomorrow.
Yeah, you know, I got into that was the last one I saw of the three was Ghostbusters just today at 3:30. You know, right when you were supposed to go your time.
Right when I was, yeah.
Grabbed the kid from school and I was like, "We're going to the movies." He was like, "Yeah." So we went in. Boy, the theater. I've never been to this particular theater. It's kind of they bought like an old one and kind of redid it. But this is the first time I saw one where you go to the concession area. It was kind of set up like a what do they call it? Like a smorgasbord kind of thing, you know. So you want a popcorn, they hand you popcorn, and you fill your own pops, and then you head on down to a cashier, you know, like a cafeteria almost.
Oh, okay.
It was oddly efficient, though. I mean, I kind of it moved shit along. We were only in line a couple of minutes getting all of our stuff. So I mean,
yeah, okay. I could see issues popping up with that, but if it's moving quickly.
They had like two sides and shit, but it was, 3:00 on a fucking Monday. It wasn't too bad in there. So, okay, here he comes.
Yeah, I think he's hopping back in here.
I'll give him a second.
And Rick, I have not seen Godzilla or Late Night, no.
I
may try to catch him. Yeah, what is going on?
My internet crashed, so I jumped on my hotspot.
Oh, okay.
We'll see if that helps. I don't know how long this will last because
plug that shit in. Well, let's get on with it then. I already did all the thank yous and how to sign up and all that, so we can get on to it.
All right. Well, let's start with I think the one that you saw most recently.
Yes.
Scroll all the way down here.
I was just saying.
I've got backgrounds, by the way. If you need to do this later, I've got backgrounds for each of the.
I was just looking. So, I was like, okay, where to go, and then
All right. First up, it's slow moving. Is it on your side yet?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
We got it.
Mine. All right, there it goes. All right. Oh,
Oh,
man,
God.
this is gonna be fun, boys and
Okay.
girls.
You're not
First up,
lagging.
Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire, the fifth, if you want to count one.
In
other
this storyline, in this arc, it's the 4th.
the fourth entry in the Ghostbusters timeline that we're following from 1984's first movie, 1989's 2, and then a couple years ago, Afterlife, and then this one, Frozen Empire. Ziggy, initial thoughts before you went in?
Obviously we all kind of dug Afterlife. It was touching, and it was cool seeing the gang back together. And you kind of got behind the new crew. It was cool. And Paul Rudd, of course. I mean, yeah, he's good in everything. So yeah, I was looking forward to it. A good sequel, and we're back in New York again. Great. I'm expecting all kinds of cameos and stuff. But I mean, I guess to put it plainly, played it safe, but missed a lot of marks along the way. So it plays as a Ghostbuster film in this universe, but boy, it could have been a little better, I think. But it is absolutely worth seeing. That's what I thought.
All right. Well, I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan from back in the day. I've loved this movie for the original especially, and even 2. I have a soft spot. I know a lot of people don't like 2. I have a soft spot for 2. I love those 2. I love those movies. Afterlife, very, very good legacy sequel. I would say probably between that and Top Gun Maverick, 2 of my favorite legacy sequels that have been made yet. In any genre. So, that being said, I was really excited for this one, and yeah, just missed the mark a lot, though. It missed the mark a lot. I don't do this very often, but I found myself like sitting there with my arms crossed, just like waiting for shit to happen. Now, it may have had something to do with the fact that I didn't have like popcorn or soda or a woman on my arm to fiddle with actually I didn't. Now, I can't fiddle with her though because she has a boyfriend. But in case they're watching, but yeah, I wasn't mad. I was just disappointed. I'll put it that way. I was disappointed in this one. So, I don't know.
I don't think disappointment is the word for me. It's just you had this very odd character development going on, and they keep hinting at something coming at you, and it just takes forever to get. It takes a good hour and a half to even shit starts happening, man. So
right.
And then and obviously at that point, things get a bit rushed at the end, I thought.
Agreed. Yeah, because that last act, minus the bells and whistles at the very end,
yeah,
that last act was just crammed in to like a 10-minute final battle.
Yeah, that shit could have started happening like an hour.
45 minutes in.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
All right. I'm going to try to hit these a little bit as we go because Joshua says, Bill fucking Murray.
Yes, sir.
Love Bill Murray. Can't wait to meet him someday. But he's in 2 scenes.
Yeah.
So there it goes. All right. He's in 2 scenes, man. And both of those scenes, great. Probably 2 of the highlights of the movie. But largely, and I know he doesn't want to do these anymore. He just shows up and walks in. He probably doesn't even have a script. He's just kind of told, you know, You're interviewing a guy, okay, and
And you're revisiting in this, from, you know what I mean? It's something you'd be familiar with. So I mean,
right. He probably walked in and was just like, "Oh, I see where we're going with this." Okay.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, love Bill Murray, love Dan Aykroyd, love Winston Zeddemore, Ernie Hudson. The only one, oh shit, what was that? This is going to be a weird night. The only one that I think was used well was Dan Aykroyd. I mean, Stance. I love seeing him spout his, paranormal scientific bullshit. That no one else in the entire cast understands except him. And now I guess Phoebe, but when he just goes off on his little tangents about, that's a class 7, full roaming specter, and all that shit. I love it when he does that. So, I mean, did you feel like Dan Aykroyd was used well or enough or not enough?
Yeah, they worked him right into the story. I mean, his raise a cult is like kind of, he's there a lot, and he has other stuff there that, and different things that come useful to them. But yeah, I thought he was good. He obviously wants to do this. He wrote some of this, so I mean,
oh yeah,
I'm sure he included all that. But yeah, he's exactly what you would expect from Ray, your Ghostbuster, and with all his analytics and what he knows about the occult and the ghosts and the different types of ghosts and what's going on and everything. So yeah, he was fine. He was good.
And his character fit, 40 years later. So
he still got it. He still wants.
That works for me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what I mean, though. He's not doing too much.
Yeah.
And he's not doing too little. I mean, he's right there in the middle where he should be. And mostly you can say that about all of them, all the legacy characters, I guess, that are brought back for this one. I'll say this. Janine returns. Honestly, I don't think he needed her. It was kind of cool to see her, but she had the throwaway lines.
She did, and
it could have been any. What I mean is, it could have been anybody in that role, and it wouldn't have mattered.
And they even gave away her dress busting. She gets her suit, she gets a suit and everything, and she gets the bust and everything with them. So I mean, they gave that away in the trailer. I thought that was a mistake too, because it literally took anything redeeming she would have done in that movie with that.
Yeah. Winston, I do like where they went with him, though. He's the one out of the 4 of them, the original ones, that actually strikes it rich. Completely for completely different reasons and everything. And now he's the one that's coming back and being like, all right, I'll Elon Musk you some money to go ahead and do some of this,
And they are facilitating the future of the Ghostbusters at the same time, kind of behind the scenes, which was cool as well.
Right. Because, and there was always something, I can't remember, I think it was kind of mentioned back in the 89 sequel. And I'm pretty sure it was mentioned in one of the cartoon episodes, but the fact that they're running out of room in the containment system. I like that was something that they used as a plot point in this one.
Yeah, and I think they had an estimation too. I don't remember what it was back then, but but yeah, that was kind of our focus here is our containment field. Our the light is green, the trap is clean. It's full. It's fucking full.
They overuse that though.
They
that
do.
line.
But
that line.
But you're used to it. This is Ghostbusters talk, so yes, it's okay.
Rick says, I agree 100% with that assessment. Whatever you were saying earlier, Ziggy.
I don't remember.
Patricia, I think it was your first assessment of it.
Yes. Yeah.
Patricia says it seemed like the characters were a little detached in the script. Agreed.
Yes. I mean, we were just saying before going on, like, man, they just like, fuck, they have all this fucking star power. They didn't give them anything to work with. Honestly.
Bill Murray had the only like big laugh that I uttered in the theater. And I'm not going to give it away, but it was when he gets to, I'll tell you when he gets to the firehouse near the end before they start busting.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Yeah. So that was one of the first ones because he's probably been waiting to get to that.
It's vintage Bill Murray though when he delivers the line.
Course.
Yeah, vintage.
Of course it is. Okay. I'm trying to keep an eye on my Wi-Fi in case it comes back up. I'm kind of surprised the power's still on, but we'll see.
Wicked Witch of the West hasn't passed by the window there yet.
I'm watching out the window, but not seeing her cruise by.
Very good. If you don't have a dog,
Yeah. Let's talk about some of the new characters since we covered some of the old characters. McKenna Grace, who's recently started doing some of the con circuits.
Right.
I thought she was great as Phoebe again.
Yeah.
Thoughts on her?
Yeah, she's good, but I mean, this is part of the shit that annoyed me about this movie is she's clearly the smartest one of the fucking bunch, and they put her on the bench for this movie, for a lot of it. And it's part of the story, you got Peck coming back. Yeah, and he's now the mayor of New York, and he's got a hard on for the Ghostbusters, but he still does. At least now he kind of recognizes that, this shit is real. He's not like his hard ass against it as he was, but he wants them shut down. He wants them gone.
But they also missed a great callback joke there, and I fully expected it. Never got uttered.
A dickless joke, huh?
No, at least Pecker.
Yeah.
You can believe Mr. Pecker. My name is Peck. Or something, or the dickless thing would have been funny too.
I was waiting for it. I'll be honest. I thought that was coming. But because of him, Phoebe gets benched. She's not allowed to bust with the rest of them, so the families, it makes a rift in the family, the rebellious teenager thing. That's kind of what I felt with it. And you don't understand me and you're not my dad. That all is in here in bites and tastes. So, but it totally lends itself to where they're going with it and why. I understand that too. So, I mean, but I don't know if you can't figure out what the fuck's going on with that when you see it. Uh-oh.
I might be getting juice back here shortly.
All right.
My modem is blinking. That's all I can say right now.
I don't know. What do you think of her performance this time around?
I thought she was solid in Afterlife.
Yeah.
But I thought she was great in this, but I thought some of the plot that they had her in was a little bit too stretched out. Like you were saying earlier, it took too long to get to the meat of it.
The plan could have been tipped a little earlier to the audience, I think. What they were trying to do, because once you get to, okay, I see why they're doing what they're doing, because you're going like, okay, why is this? And I appreciate the way they approached Phoebe.
Sure.
That was cool.
Sure.
I mean, they tie it, that's sentimental to that first one. So, I mean, and it works.
All right. I'm going to try to switch here. So I may dip for a minute, but I should be right back.
It's cool. I got more on it. she was so strong coming out of the first movie. You know what I mean? It's like, wow. I mean, and all of them were. I thought all those kids were great. They're quite a bit older now. They look quite a bit older now. I mean, when they come out this time. And oh fuck, I don't remember his name now. What's the kid, the podcaster?
Podcast,
for fuck's sake. Yes. God damn it. Yes, he plays the same bit. It doesn't work as well with how he looks now. He looks
because he doesn't look 12 anymore.
Yeah,
he looks like
20.
He looks like
So it just, he's playing this dumbass role and shit. It's kind of like, all right, I guess I just gotta let it go and just suspend belief here, you know, and just go with it. And but I thought they left out a couple of cameos too that could have worked, and we talked about it before.
They had two good ones.
They had two good ones,
Yeah.
But I wanted to see Rick Moranis.
3. Well, Rick's not coming back.
He just signed on to go on some fucking TV show like this week. He's coming back.
I don't know how. I'll have to look into that because I haven't heard anything about that yet.
What? The Onion isn't a reliable source?
Oh, God Lord. Yeah. See?
Anyway.
See?
Okay, how about Vigo, the Conqueror? How about the art guy?
Hold on, though.
Okay.
I'd love to see Vigo. I don't think we can, except we could have in this one, but we got to save that for the end because that might be kind of spoilery.
Right.
So we're not there yet.
But the art guy could have been there too.
Our guy could have been there.
Yeah.
But the librarian was there. John Rathbun or Hawthorne or something like that, I think is the actor's name. He was the same guy.
Well, the hotel guy was fucking Frank Oz, wasn't it? In Ghostbusters? 5,000? I had no idea. I won't pay it.
That wasn't Frank Oz, was it?
Was it Frank Oz?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, it wasn't Frank Oz.
No. But no, the librarian was the same, and then of course Peck, you know, which
Which he was even underutilized. He's the fucking mayor is wielding that kind of the power that he wanted that he didn't have before, and then he's kind of just
think about the shit that they could have said about governments today.
Oh shit,
you know, New York, especially,
dude.
After what Cuomo a couple years ago, they could have had so much fun with that. And
there was jokes.
Here was the ball. Oops.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it was just. I mean, the jokes were hitting you in the face, and you were just like, "What? But he did you hear him? Wait, you missed that. There's a lot of missed good stuff that we could have done with that. You know what I mean? And I mean, it's again safe,
very safe,
but missed. It's nostalgic. It's in the Ghostbusters world, but it's very bland and very safe.
Yeah. Dr. Smiley says, yes, background was a little too long. I can't wait to get to the spoiler territory to talk more about it. Give us a few more minutes.
On our way.
Because we're not gonna spend a whole lot of time on that. I'm not gonna mention that, Joseph, because I don't want to get into that. I will say I did like the Phoebe Melody relationship. I'm not gonna mention any more about that, but I did like that, but I think it went on too long.
I wasn't sure where they were. It went on so long. I wasn't sure what they were doing with that.
Right. I saw the two things that they were going for with that.
Of course. But then it started to look like what's going on here, man? Right. We're about to get a Ghostbusters going with the social messaging here. What the fuck?
Oh, there we go. Perfect. Luke, recently watched the original with my daughter, and now she wants to get into more horror. What a great introduction film to that, too. Absolutely, man. Very good. Very good. There you go. That should have faded up a little bit better than that, but
holy cripes.
Everything's kind of on the fluctuating side.
Maybe
right
I don't want to buy that machine you have.
I had it up from the rim shot earlier, and I didn't turn it down before I hit the button. I got too excited. That's a good comment. I'm happy. I like when younger members enjoy 40-year-old movies. So.
Oops.
What'd you do?
Nothing. I just turned off my menu there by accident. It's back.
Okay.
Tommy Click in the house. What up, brother?
What's up, Tommy? Joseph says, I don't know. I really enjoyed the movie. Was it perfect? No. No. Was it flawed? Yes. But I just had fun watching it from beginning to end. So much better than that. Horrible Ghostbusters 3. Yeah, we're not going to talk about Ghostbusters 3. Is that what we're finally calling that now?
No.
Because I'm not saying Ghostbusters 3. I can't get into that.
No.
And it's not just because it was female Ghostbusters. It was
terribly
written.
I'm fans of
that could have been a 5-minute Saturday Night Live skit with those four, and it would have been funny. 2-hour movie, not funny.
But it was just you have to hit fucking a home run with an origin film if you're going to do that. You can't just come in and say, hey, we're the Ghostbusters, and then try to just it doesn't work like that, man.
Right.
Come on. We respect our fucking nostalgia around here.
Especially. Christopher says it was fun showing daily life in the firehouse. Yeah. But again, that could have been trimmed down and they could have focused on more pertinent things.
I didn't hate any of the firehouse stuff. You know why? I think running around in that stupid video game we play, I mean, I was like, God damn, they really did map this thing just like it. You know
it's perfect.
But I just felt like, wow. I mean, I was really kind of like, I was digging it. I dug the underground Ghostbusters guy, that was coming in to take a look at the containment system. And
the engineer.
Yeah. Like Winston he's got some top secret guys working for him, on the side over here. And, he was pretty good. I was like, that worked. I thought that worked.
And he worked. I thought the spin doctors joke fell a little flat, though. I don't know.
I mean, well, you're a fan. I mean, for a metalhead, that shit was hilarious.
Okay, fair enough.
I like the spin doctors, man, but the joke was good. It was cheap but good.
There was something else that could have been there that could have worked, and I can't remember. Maybe Depeche Mode. I'm a fan of Depeche Mode, but Depeche Mode, I think, would work better.
Depeche Mode, you could have said,
The Cure.
Marilyn Manson. You could anything would have really worked.
That was too late. That was 90s, wasn't it? Late 90s.
Well, he was early to mid.
Okay.
Pumpkins
might have worked, yeah. BK says, will someone please tell FaZe to shut the fuck up?
Yeah, you know what? I got him, man. You know what, FaZe? No. He can stay tonight. He's fine, I like having extra company in here with Colonel gone, so you get to watch him produce. How often do you get to see that?
FaZe didn't see either of the films this time, did you?
He did not.
I tried. I mentioned that I missed the Ghostbusters.
All right.
And I didn't try it with Godzilla and Kong.
Yeah.
And I heard enough about that one.
All right. Did you get a chance to go see Late Night with the Devil? All right.
I was going to say, he truly is. Yeah.
I had to ask.
He truly is as useless as tits on a bull, but nevertheless.
Bullshit. No.
Tits on a bull.
Tonight.
Jeez.
But as a producer, we need him. God damn it.
All right.
Yes, you saw none of the 3 movies, FaZe. What good are you outside of... that's what I'm getting at.
What good am I?
As a producer, A+, 5-star.
All right. I'll say this. I thought most of the newer characters outside of Phoebe and Paul Rudd and almost the mom, Callie, misused. Didn't need to be there. did not need to be there. Podcast didn't need to be there.
Nope. I don't know why. Mom, I wasn't buying Mom this time around either, man.
Mom wasn't batting she wasn't batting 100% to that in this one.
They had the one line about when they turned into dogs and we ended up having and that was kind of fun.
Got some action.
Got some action. And they're like, gross. The kids are all freaking out, but that was funny. But other than that, she's kind of wallpaper, man.
Underutilized.
She's just there.
Happy, the girl from Afterlife, just all of a sudden shows up. And that confused, I can't say it confused me, but that kind of irritated me because so is Finn Wolfhard's character not in love with her anymore? Because it was just kind of like, oh, hey,
Oh, they touch it real quick. Yeah.
They hug and it's never brought up again.
At the facility, yeah. And
he's more attracted to Slimer in this movie than he is Happy, which you're an 18-year-old boy. That's not how that works. Maybe if you were 13, that might be how that works, but I don't know. Maybe I'm maybe my puberty is wrong. I don't know.
They gave you a little bit of that. You gave, like you said, one scene, and then they left the rest up to you, and it didn't really matter anymore. They were teammates. They were Ghostbusters together. That's it. That's as far as their shit went.
Right. But I don't think you needed podcasts because you needed podcasts in Afterlife because he was the comic relief. Everyone else was pretty much almost too serious, in the first movie or in Afterlife. So you kind of needed him. And the fact that he looked, like you mentioned earlier, that he looks so much different, looks so much older now.
I had to go like, fuck, is that the same dude?
Is that the same guy? Yeah. The fact that he looks so much different, but they're making him still act the same way, that didn't make sense to me. If he was maybe more established, maybe more professional, and just being the podcast producer for Ray, okay. But the hammer and the jokes, and it just didn't work. Maybe he could be showing interest in Phoebe and, getting rebuffed.
You know what though, dude, is solid and as underused, yes, but I mean, I think that's part of the problem. We got overcrowded this time. We didn't have that. We were in a fucking field with like 5 people in the last movie. You know what I mean?
There were way too many fucking characters. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was way overcrowded.
You're trying to spend a little bit of time with each one of them and give them, a backstory for the last 2 years, and it was too weighed down.
And then they really stay on Phoebe and her plight and her part of the story heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they cut none of that out around all the other stuff. So it really, really stands out as like, oh my God, something happened already,
Right.
What the fuck? But still, I mean, Ghostbusters fans are going to love this movie, I think.
Yeah. And I've seen, mid to high marks on it. I saw somebody, God, I hope they're not watching. I saw somebody mention that it was their new favorite second film. I can't go there.
No, I would put Afterlife ahead of this one still.
Yeah, definitely. I think I would put 2 ahead of this one. I think Christopher was knocking 2 a little bit ago. I like 2, man. I can't help it.
I'd have to think about that. Between 2 and this one, Frozen Empire. I really have to think about it. I'd probably have to see Frozen Empire a couple more times to really, really have a honest assessment on that.
Well, I saw it 1.5 times because I'll be honest, the first time I went, I had just eaten like a big damn meal, passed out. I passed out during Godzilla too. So I need to not.
How the fuck is that possible? That's one of the loudest motherfucking things I've ever heard in my life.
Dude, I snored myself awake with like 5 minutes left to go. Not even. And
you missed the big
Oh, I missed tons.
Because
tons.
I called this shit last week, folks. We'll get to it, but I called this.
Oh, dude, I was so embarrassed walking out of that theater. God, I'm not kidding. I just
Oh no.
and there's people in front of me and people behind me that were just like, blah!
Well, that's not a good,
I had drool like coming down, like
we'll get to it because
it was funny.
You're not wrong,
No.
honestly, really, about a lot of that movie. You're not wrong.
No. All right. I think we're probably going to get into some spoilers here on Ghostbusters, but come back in about 15, 20 minutes and or maybe less. Hell. And we'll chat a little bit more about Godzilla. All right. I was going to try to avoid this, but I think we almost have to address it because as much as I liked Phoebe and Melody's interaction, Melody, played by Emily Allen Lind, I believe. All those Lind girls are talented, by the way. Jesus Christ. There's like at least 3 of them.
Yeah. Their fucking eyes are like, I don't know why their eyes go so deep.
They all look the same, but I mean, there's the one that was in Dr. Sleep, which I think is this one, the one that was in Ghostbusters. She played the pusher in Dr. Sleep. There's the one that's in Chucky, and then there was the one that was in that like X-Men series a few years back. And the mom is in Chucky. Played that Lynn daughter's mom. Anyway, I'm trying to find. There we go. I just saw it and it disappeared. Trying to find Joseph's comment about this because I agree. There we go. He says, I thought the timing between Phoebe and Melody was great. It was really the most interesting part for me in the entire movie. I couldn't wait to see where it was going to go. And when it happened, wow, really good payoff. You knew where it was going. But
I didn't know how they were going to pull that off, but it's like, yeah, okay.
I think they could have either upped the stakes with that a little bit, if you possibly know what I mean, made that relationship a little bit more defined.
Well, that's what I thought was happening there. I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck? Is she just trying to befriend her here, or is she just a lonely soul, or is she looking for some, contact here?
Looking for some strange?
Yeah.
I thought if they could have gone somewhere with that, cool, but I think it was a little bit too much,
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, the way the spirit approaches Phoebe, I'm going to give it. She sets up a chessboard like she used to in the first one and played chess with her grandfather, Spengler.
Which at first I thought that's where they were going.
Exactly.
And maybe she was just going to talk to him,
And then it was very neat. This other spirit materializes, and she's like, "Oh, you're not scared, huh?" And she's like, "No." And so it sucks you right in. You're like, "Oh, okay." It's just another. Who is this kind spirit that just shows up and is, kind of puzzled and curious about this human being and shit. So I mean, why aren't you scared? So it was neat. It was okay, that part. I didn't mind, but then it just got drag it the fuck out too long, man. It just you could have accomplished that with 1 or 2 less scenes of them interacting like that, I thought.
Right. Yeah, I enjoyed that, and I thought that was a good way to go. Now, when it came to close to the end, and they say it in the trailer, every spirit that we've ever caught is going to be released.
Yeah.
I thought they missed something there. You could have had. Well, Vigo wasn't trapped though, was he?
No, but still.
Somebody mentioned he was banished. He got pushed back into the painting.
Maybe
somehow.
he heard about this. He found a way to get in. It would have been accepted. It would have been fine.
But you could have had the taxi cab driving
Zombie.
ghost from the first one.
Yep.
You could have had the Scolari brothers from 2. You know, that would have been cool to see the 2 guys in the electric chair, you know, harassing something. But they were all just kind of like wasted, formless clouds.
Yeah, you didn't see any definition of any of the ghosts you would have been familiar with from any of the other 2 Ghostbusters movies prior.
Right.
Even from Afterlife, none of those ghosts showed up either.
Yeah. I thought that was a waste.
Yep.
Here's the other question that I have about this. And I've seen some people like this and some people not like this. I don't like that they're making it such a kid movie. And here's why. Because a kid movie in 1984, you know, you watch the original Ghostbusters, you catch the blowjob joke. You know, I was talking to somebody about that actually coming out of the theater and they were like, oh, I don't remember a blowjob joke in the first one. I guess I got to go back and watch it. I'm like, go back and watch it. Now, 40 years later, you'll see it. When you're 10, watching it for the first time in the theater, you have no idea what the hell's going on.
I was 13. I picked it up. I was on it.
I did not.
I remember kind of going like, oh shit, I'm like, who am I there with, and I don't want to react like I know what I'm seeing, but I'm like, fuck.
Right. But they're making it almost too kid friendly. And I'm not talking about the language. I'm not talking about the scares. Oh, there was another one. The library ghost is back. That was the one. But they never caught her. So she's just still hanging out there, which I thought was cool. But they could have done something with that, and they didn't. It almost looked like it was done in passing, like almost as an afterthought.
Maybe because maybe they were just like, which ones are we going to add here? But that was a no-brainer. I mean,
well, they didn't need one there.
Yeah,
he
had because he just kind of stopped and went back to look.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was a good cameo, if you will. But I know a lot of people love the little Stay Puft guys. In the first one, it fit. It doesn't fit in this one. Why are they still here? They're mating. Somebody's
That's what he
mentioned.
said. I think they're mating because the one dude had them all in his place. The podcaster guy had them.
But they show up everywhere.
Yeah.
They're not just contained to the basement of Ray's occult.
Although
they're everywhere.
A couple of the things they were doing to themselves were making me chuckle a little bit, dude.
It's funny, but
one of them takes a fucking cigarette lighter from a car and sticks it on his own face. And he's just all like, yeah, he's all smiling. And it's just all burned up and dripping and shit. It's fucking super fucking wrong, but hilarious.
It's funny, but the one that was sticking his hand in the pencil sharpener, yeah. But I don't know. I'm not saying I want my Ghostbusters to be dirty necessarily, but I don't want it to be that safe, that family friendly, I guess.
I hear you, and I appreciate those 80s jokes we got back then. But I mean, today, aside from that, they still kept it in that universe, I think. I still think it felt like a Ghostbusters movie. So I half disagree with you on it. It could, I would have appreciated an adult joke somewhere stuck in there, but fuck, is he still there? Oh yeah, he's still there.
Yeah. I'm just trying to scan the comments here as best I can,
But I mean, it's Ghostbusters. It's still Ghostbusters.
It is still Ghostbusters, and it's good enough to still entertain. But for me personally, I just felt like it missed the mark on a lot of stuff.
I would have liked to have seen Paul Rudd shine a little bit. I mean, come on, he's kind of a big deal now. He should have had a couple of moments at least. Just a couple of one-liners he had, of course. You're going to get that, but
he needs his hero moment.
Yes, he didn't have a hero moment here.
Nobody had a hero moment except for Phoebe.
I guess they had their family moment when they all finally helped.
Again, too family friendly.
Right, but it's that that was their symbolically, solidifying, gelling as a family. Now it calls him dad. You know what I'm saying? All that was that. That's why they did that. I thought it was lazy to me, but that I understand why, but they had to finish that family dynamic after making it so rough. I don't know, man. See, now I can't tell if he's there or not. He's gone.
Yeah, he might be gone now. Yeah.
Oh shit, he is gone.
Oh boy.
I was like, he's not agreeing with me, I guess.
Damn it.
I'll go back to the hot spot. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot about this movie that they could have done a lot better. And if they'd have just tweaked it a little bit more, this probably could have been like a fucking 9 or a fucking 8.5 or 9 or something like that. It's Ghostbusters, man. If you do it right, it's gonna rock. And
sure.
You have the support of the old cast. Yeah, they're just in cameos now, but still. I mean,
Afterlife was so good. I mean, I knew they weren't gonna, top that, but
and you never get that moment, when Egon shows up. He's not in it at all. He don't show up at all. So
I figured there wouldn't be.
And I think that's right. I think that's the right move because he's there, and it helps set up that whole chess game with the ghost. Because you think, oh, here he is. He's back. He's back to help again. And
sure.
It's not quite the way it goes. But I hear what Crank says, though, man. I do like the jokes like that, and you don't get anything like Bill Murray going, yeah, we were fine till Dickless here turned off the grid. Is that true? Yes, sir. This man has no dick. You don't get that. You don't get anything like that here. But we are focused on a 15-year-old, an 18-year-old, and their peers. And then, like I said, the parents were they're here. They're kind of driving the boat. And that's that. Here comes Crank.
Boom.
Here we go.
Boom goes the dynamite. All right. I missed, obviously, everything you were.
That's fine. I wrapped it up, and then I just expanded on why it's okay that, there wasn't any dick jokes really in it. But, it's still in the Ghostbusters universe. That's where we ended it,
It is.
Yeah.
One last thing that I wanted to bring up about it, though, is you've got an actor as hot and as good as Finn Wolfhard, and you waste him too. His big thing, I don't know how many of you are going to remember this or know this. His big part of this movie was basically a rejected, an edited out part that was given to Rick Moranis in part 2. Moranis's character in part 2 was supposed to be chasing Slimer all around the firehouse and having his, that was his adventure, his side adventure. And they cut like 90% of that out, which is why it was supposed to be such a big deal at the end of part 2 when he puts on the suit, and then goes to help the Ghostbusters beat the slime ball.
Yep. The big Jello mold.
Yeah, the Jello mold. And then they give that to Finn, and it just felt wasted. And again, I'll bring it up. Why isn't he in love with Happy anymore? It's only been 2 years. 18? Did it run its course? Then tell us that.
Yeah, it is kind of, if we're holding on to and making this a direct sequel to that, yeah, we should have that information. We should be put straight with what's going on. Like, well, have them passing by, Phoebe just talking to somebody going, oh yeah, they tried, but it didn't work out, just in passing to mom or something,
Right.
Something.
Right. Or when they see each other in the lab, they can kind of be like, yeah, at least they're being cordial after what happened. Something, anything would have been good for that.
God damn it.
We haven't even talked about the bad guy, Garakas, or however you say it.
He looks cool. It's interesting, he wants to freeze the world and destroy every human on it, break them, freeze them, and crush them down, and start an ice age. So. Yeah. But yeah, he looks cool. It's kind of like remember Thor Ragnarok, and that guy had the horn helmet and shit. It's kind of like that, maybe not as detailed. Kind of he's got the white flame for eyes in his mouth every time he opens it. There's some kind of light emitting from it. So, but he looked cool. What'd you think?
I thought he was fine.
I was happy they introduced a new fucking monster instead of
right. I liked that. I didn't like the forced exposition of Patton Oswalt's entire scene, though. Again, somebody you don't need. Ray knows that shit. Ray can know that shit.
He didn't know, though, this particular piece.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. He could. When he saw that thing, he could have been like, hey, I got a book on this thing, on this orb right
I haven't
here.
seen in 40 years. Let me look this up here. And then he goes, he finds the tome, Yeah.
Right.
You're right. But although I didn't hate Patton Oswalt, I thought he was okay.
I didn't hate it, but
he was entertaining.
I mean,
his delivery is funny. I like the way he talks, the way, he delivers his lines and shit.
All I'm saying is you want to cut, a little bit of the budget of this movie. I saved you like $4 million just telling you characters you don't need in this goddamn movie.
Yeah.
So,
because basically he's like, he's the conspiracy theorist and stuff. And he knows he works in the library, but he knows where the real library is, the underground one underneath the library and all this stuff. So, and he knows everything about this particular item that is the cause of everything. He's got it already. He knows everything. So, I mean, you didn't need it, but he was adequate in explaining it. That makes sense.
Yeah, I guess, but man, come on, Christopher. Too many characters, but at least it wasn't a baby for comic relief. Oh, Oscar.
I was waiting for him to show up.
Him and Sigourney have got to come back at some point. And maybe even the dad.
Yeah. What'd we do? $100 million over the weekend? I think there'll be another one.
They did 45.
45. I thought I saw like 89 or something worldwide or something.
Oh, worldwide, maybe. Yeah.
A lot of money.
I can't believe we haven't brought this up, but we have to bring this up.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the Firemaster thing?
108.5 million. Yeah.
Pissing me off at first, but then I kind of started liking his simplicity, stupidity. I liked it. It started working for me at some point.
45 domestic though, right? Phase.
It didn't say domestic. I'll take a look at that.
I see. Again, that was another thing that made this almost family movie because it was such a cliche character. And he
doesn't know it.
He fit, but
again, just adequate.
I wasn't in love with it.
He grew on me. I just towards the end, he was making me laugh and stuff with the, oh shit, we're all dead.
And I'm sorry. I may have just lost my place to stay in Cleveland because Kat says Kumail was awesome.
He was
in that role. He was fine.
Yeah, he did. He did what he was supposed to do with it.
He did exactly. He did what he was supposed to do, but it was. I don't know. I think it just boiled down to this is not anywhere near what I wanted or expected from an Afterlife sequel. Go ahead, Face.
45.2.
Yeah. So maybe that's why I'm disappointed, because I saw so many different paths they could have gone with this, and they didn't. You know what the third one? You know what the third one's going to be, right?
Well,
there will be a third one.
Yeah, I mean, we got this. We were introduced to a whole other fucking facility and shit. So I mean,
but you know what the third one's going to be after this?
I don't know.
The ugly duckling makeover of Phoebe.
Yeah,
Karen goddamn it.
She was pushing it already. Yeah,
mark it down, and in 2026, I will take my my attaboys then. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
I'll mark it.
Yeah, mark that down. I might come back to that one later, but just for the anger that it might inspire.
Yeah.
There we go. Christopher says that prediction is crank as fuck.
Well,
could be.
God damn it.
Could be.
Might be.
All right. Let's put a number on it and then move on to the next one. Ziggy, give it a ranking, 0 to 10.
It's a Ghostbusters movie. It's well entrenched there. A lot of missed opportunities to make this. Again, this could have been an 8.5 or a 9 if they had just really tweaked it a little bit, you know. But still, that it's not to say fans of Ghostbusters are going to go to this and be entertained. If you dug Afterlife, it's a continuation, and you know, me and my son were both chuckling at the stupidity of some of the jokes and stuff, but as it should be, you know, as it should be. So, I mean, I wish I had another couple of days to really simmer on this thing, but I'm going to go 6.5. I just got out of this fucking thing an hour and a half ago.
I love the Ghostbusters, and this is a Ghostbusters movie. It's just not the best Ghostbusters movie. It's not the worst by far. And you know, I just expected better. I was disappointed both times leaving the theater. Well, once in myself for falling asleep, and then a second in the movie. I think the first time I logged it, I gave it a 6, and then I put it at a 7 the second time, because I did see some stuff that I had missed. The first time I watched it, and I saw Patton Oswalt's name come up. I was like, "Who the fuck was Patton Oswalt?" Slept through all that.
Yep.
But yeah, I gave it a 7. I'll go see it again. I'll buy it eventually whenever they do some massive, you know, the entire collection minus 2016.
Oh no,
Ghostbusters.
No. You're getting that too, or you can't have the rest.
No, that one I will.
He will unpackage the box right there, take that one out, put it in the trash, and go, all right, thank you. Have a good day. FaZe, what score did you give Ghostbusters?
You didn't see it.
I know. I haven't pushed the button in so long. I wanted to give it.
I got you. All right. So we got Joseph at a 7.5, Smiley, Dr. Smiley at a 7, and Rick from the whole damn Enchilada Pod, 6 out of 10.
So we're all in the simpatico kind of.
Christopher even went so far as a ranking. 1, 1984, 2, Afterlife, 3, 2, and 4, Frozen Empire. I'm right.
That's
acceptable.
Two take the place of Afterlife, but it might not.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think my 2 and 3 would swap on you, but I've already said I have a soft spot for that movie.
Not for me. I liked Afterlife better than 2, personally.
I think I did too, but I want to watch 2 again.
2
Fair
for me was like a natural progression. I could easily see the situations that were happening in 2 being what happened.
Sure.
If it was real, it felt real to me. Like the new car smell had worn off.
Yeah.
And then now they're doing like party appearances and not doing those even very well.
He-Man. I just love it. He's like, hey, we did a job for the city. We got stiffed on the bill.
They've got the legal issues.
Yep.
You do have the romance between him and Sigourney again, Bill Murray and Sigourney again.
The baby.
I did like the soundtrack. Fuck you, Christopher. I did like the soundtrack.
Well, I guess we're gonna have
They all have
to
great
take
soundtracks.
control. I didn't expect that. That was a nice touch, man. Well done. Well done. And that's the one and only time you'll ever hear me sing Bobby Brown on these airwaves. Thank you.
I've actually looked for that song at karaoke. I can't find it.
You fucking hit the woo. What the fuck, man?
I like that soundtrack, man. Jesus.
I did not expect that. I don't think I know the next lyric either. If it's up to us. Yeah, I don't know.
We got to
Take control. We got. Yes,
man.
quality entertainment on a Monday night.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Bullshit singing of Bobby Brown's classic hit from Ghostbusters 2. All right, let's move on to the next disappointment in our review.
Bobby Brown sing a song for this one too?
I don't know. Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. I struggle to watch these movies in general. The first Kong, and even Kong Skull Island, solid. The first Godzilla,
King of Monsters?
In this one, King of Monsters, meh. The first Godzilla versus Kong, I did not give 2 shits about. I couldn't even care. It just bothered me. So I wasn't excited about this one at all. But we had to go see. So, and again, I did not get to see this one a second time. I missed at least an hour.
No, you didn't.
Okay, I slept through an hour. Ziggy, those are my first impressions, basically. Go ahead.
What did I say last weekend? Does anybody remember?
No.
I said what we're
No
going
one
to
listens
see
to you.
here is a tag team wrestling match, WWE style. What we got was a tag team wrestling match, WWE style. Actually, no, they kind of faced off against each other again, and after a misunderstanding, of course. And I almost got up and walked out when Godzilla suplexed fucking King Kong, dude.
Did that actually happen? Okay.
I was like, did he just suplex?
No way.
Oh, they went there, dude. But here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Worse.
No, listen to me now. Yes, this is terrible. But if you're a fan of Godzilla and the like, and those old rubber suit type fucking movies, Godzilla Week when we were kids, this movie is for you. You're going to love it. You're going to be super entertained by it. Because honestly, even as silly as this was, I was entertained big time by the destruction.
Okay.
The mass destruction in this. They give you, like, where they've been kind of holding out the last couple of movies, and like, man, when is the city going down? They fucking break everything in this one, man. So it's that, if you want that, you're gonna get big monster fighting. You got like 5 of these guys running around in this movie. We don't need to spoil that. But there's a villain kind of introduced here, and I don't know, man. They tie all these fucking movies together. These last, from that original Godzilla that we just got to the Kong, to the Skull Island, to Godzilla versus Kong, to this. It's all there, okay? Like I said, I don't even give a fuck about spoil. There's nothing to spoil here. It's big monsters fighting, okay? Another thing that killed me and made me want to leave, like King Kong gets his fucking hand injured. He gets it frostbitten, if you will, and they put a fucking bionic punch fucking glove on him, some power glove thing.
That's what I heard, and that's why I'm like, I'm not watching this shit. If they're gonna mech up Kong, I'm not. I'm out.
And they communicate. I don't know. Like I said, dude. I mean, if you're a fan of those 50s or those 60s, where they actually did have tag team wrestling, Godzilla would slide on his fucking tail and drop kick these motherfuckers. You'll love this. But I mean, yeah. I mean, it is what it is, man. And after -1, all Godzilla movies pale to this film, and it will until it's beaten. This is the way I'm looking at it.
That took less than like 4 minutes to get the first mention of -1. That's not
I've been trying not to bring it to that, but I'm saying this -1 has ruined every Godzilla movie for me, like this, forever.
Yeah, any of the recent ones for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I can go back and watch the OG. I can even watch the Americanized one with Raymond Burr. But I mean, fucking dude, -1 is magic.
Oh, okay.
-1 is fucking magic, and if you make that your start and build off of that, god damn, I'm in. God damn, I'm in, man. I can't wait. These, I'll see it once, and I'll never think of it again after tonight. I mean, I've wrestled holding on to the thoughts for this movie, because we saw it at late night. I was way more into seeing that than I was to go to this. So I had to, again, that's how I kind of mashed up everything at the beginning. But I mean,
right.
I don't like this King Kong at all. I'll say it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all.
Joseph here is mentioning it like, Three Stooges style.
Yes, it's fucking vaudeville, man. It's so silly, but I don't know, dude.
I don't like that either. The fact that Godzilla has a toothache, and then like you mentioned, I guess something happened. He hurts his hand. I woke up. I see he's got like a metal brace on his hand. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
The ice monster.
And I'm like, you know what? I was at that point. I was just like, you know what? I don't care. He's got a brace on his hand all of a sudden. Great.
Hopefully
He's got a super fist.
Cool. Yeah. Power fist. Just the way Godzilla's like, he beats somebody, then he just maxes out in a fucking Coliseum. He's just all, you know what I mean?
I did see when Godzilla fell asleep in the Coliseum.
Yeah, dude. Like, it's just, you know what? Where's the bowl of popcorn and a fucking big beer or something? You know what I mean? That's all it was missing. And a screen showing some kind of Godzilla's playing soccer or some shit. That's what it reminded me of.
He could have done the Al Bundy and had like one of these little things down his pants.
And now they brought people back from the last film. I didn't care about what they were doing. I didn't give a shit. I don't care about any of them.
I mean, they must be paying good money if Rebecca Hall. I love her. She is a wonderful actress. But she's
I hardly remember what
lowering herself for this.
Yeah, dude. What they were going on about is like, good Lord, we got to stop this thing. And it's like, it's out of your hands, man. And it's just not, you know what? I was even saying, like, just come on, get on with it. Let's go.
Well, Rebecca Hall, I don't know if you remember, was in Night House that we reviewed a couple years ago. Do you remember that one?
Yes, I do.
And I think I even said something about this is an incredible portrayal of someone going through grief and loss. And it's a fantastic representation of that. I can fully get behind her character. I understand. I know her character. Here, it's just kind of like, and she's phoning it in completely.
How do you not phone it in? You're standing in front of a goddamn green screen for 15 hours a day, pretending to look at these things that aren't there.
Here's the monster. So look at this ping pong ball. That's the monster's nose.
That's his eyes.
But yeah, I almost felt sorry for her in this. I mean, she's fine, but
you took the money. Take this. You take this punishment.
Yeah, you take the money for sure. Now, hopefully, she does about 10 more superb, independent, lower budget films in the next 4 years before the next one comes out.
Oh, because this motherfucker made a lot.
80 million domestic.
This is the $80 million domestic one? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I was actually kind of shocked that this one made more, at least domestically, than Ghostbusters. But then I just realized that, not our audience, of course, but the majority of just the general movie-going audience. They like this. I'll say it. They like this bottom feeding shit.
I'm just saying, easily entertained. I mean, how do you want to put it?
Right. I was trying to find a way to put it as least offensive as possible.
This is eye candy.
There's probably somebody watching right now that's just like, I fucking love Godzilla X Kong, and I'm like, cool.
I say that's why I say you, sir, or ma'am, are a person that likes those old style like that, those old school Ultraman, Johnny Sokko and his flying robot. Fuck yeah, man. If I'm in the mood for it, yes, I would, but I'd probably go watch even the last one, Godzilla versus Kong, because that one did have a couple of good moments, and it didn't really go quite so wrestling. God damn it, man. That was so stupid, man. You suplexed him on a fucking pyramid. What the fuck?
Oh my god, dude. I may have to stick my head outside here in a minute. I think it looks like everything's past me now.
Sounds quiet.
Yeah. I may stick my head out the door here in a minute after I get you started on a rant, if I can do that.
Oh, Lord.
Here we go. Rick says, I like this bottom feeding stuff too, Crank, but it's not a good movie. I had fun, though. Yeah,
right.
I had fun with it. It's not a terrible movie. If you go in with, you're going in for a spectacle for the eyes and the ears and no story.
And you're going to get an hour power nap.
And you're going to get a nap.
I didn't.
I had just eaten like half of an entire dish of like a tater tot casserole I made. So fucking good and filling. And then I got there in the theater. I saw Godzilla take a nap in the Coliseum, and I was like, dude, I'm jealous. And I was done. I was out.
And that's the other thing. The whole Middle Earth thing, I guess you just gotta just let it go and go with this fucking wave, this comic book fucking tunnel wormhole you're gonna go in when you watch this movie. But I don't know. They did this shit, and that was like the Skull Island one where they started introducing that stuff.
Right.
It was like,
well, they had to give a reason for them to.
What is there left to do? What can they do now? I mean, aside from maybe. There's a few other monsters. You already had Mechagodzilla. You have Ghidorah is already there. Mothra.
What else can they do to fight and destroy?
Right. I mean, I don't like the ally thing. I mean,
they've got they're what is the terminology for wrestling when they're good guys?
Face and heel.
Yeah, okay. So they're face now. No, the next movie they'll be heels again. They may start as face in the next movie, but that one of them will turn. There will be a Hulk Hogan NWO moment.
How the fuck? What do you think they spent on the?
Did I even use that right? Is that right?
Hulk Hogan what?
A Hulk Hogan NWO moment?
Okay, yeah, there was a whole couple of those. So yeah,
Okay.
I
I'm
was
learning.
having a thought.
I'm learning.
What do you think they spent on special effects for this? Because we know what they spent on -1.
Oh, this was in tens of millions of dollars. Just on
Why
special
did
effects.
it look like they spent tens of millions of dollars less than what they spent on -1? How?
You know,
How could that be possible?
well,
Congratulations, you got me started.
the Japanese always build everything cheaper. So, child labor, maybe.
Jesus Christ, it looks so much.
I'm joking, by the way. I'm just fucking kidding.
Now we had to throw Colonel out of here last week for the stupid fucking bottle rocket joke. Don't make me get on.
I'm not making it a bull joke.
Okay, yes, well, I'm glad that your mic dropped right when you said that.
I'm not making a joke.
Right. It's like when somebody says, suicide on, it's like,
Oh, gee, thanks.
yeah.
Oh, now we just got censored.
You can't say that. Unalived. That's what they're saying now, which is
Unalive. Get the fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
Yep.
Well,
yeah, okay. I
so
started
the
you on a
budget.
rant. So
Yeah, budget. I'm
talk about the budget while I stick my head outside.
I was amazed that I was going. There's no way this movie had what 8 times the budget of -1, and it still wasn't believable. I failed to acknowledge or believe that we can't match the quality of a $19 million total budget. I just refuse. What the fuck, man? These are the wrong people in charge of it. I would go right over there and hire those fucking guys and go, hey, come and work on the big film. Come over here and let's do that here. Huh? It probably would still cost less than what you spent on the fucking budget for this one. You kidding me? How does this look worse than that? I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. I won't get it. I refuse to get it.
Looks like it almost doubled its budget in the box office, so it's definitely doing well.
Oh,
no, it's making money hand over fist. But I'll use Joseph's comment here for part of it, though. He says this Godzilla movie was riding on the back of -1. I think the Godzilla high is still out there, and that's why it did so well. Now, but
great point.
Are people leaving the theater after seeing a subpar Godzilla X Kong movie compared to -1 and feeling that way? Are they feeling lost?
It has to. It has to. It's going to have the same effect. People are going to be disappointed. Now they're like, fuck Godzilla. That was shit. I'm never going to a Godzilla movie again. I mean, unless I guess maybe they let me go see the Japanese version one of what they're making over there. It's like, fuck, man. That was. Sorry. They did it right.
Right. Right.
This was all fluff and puff.
Speaking of fluff and puff, Bill wants to know about Baby Kong.
I wasn't going to go there because I was never a fan of the baby Godzilla, Kazuki, or whatever the fuck his name was back then. Yeah, dude, no. And then he's the spoiler alert. That's the reason they win was because of that little asshole. So, yeah, I know.
I have nothing else to say about this movie, honestly.
I mean, listen. I'm gonna throw my score out right now because it's like this. The story is stupid. The characters are hollow, and you won't care about what they're trying to do. I looked at my phone 62 times watching this movie.
The one thing, and it's a common trope, and I get sick of these when I see them. I did kind of like the little girl, finding her clan, if you will, or her old tribe.
Okay,
I guess would be a better way to put it. But
that's their attempt to try to make it the heavy ending like that too, and it
was cheesy.
Boom, fell on its face. Right?
Yeah, it was so cheesy.
Didn't work. They tried to train the Busan us, and it did not work.
Right. All right.
And I'll finish my thought on it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Again, it's that part of it you won't care about when it gets to the actual fucking fighting and the monsters start throwing down, and there is some vicious fucking fighting action. I will give it that. I mean, it's like, Jesus Christ, that's pretty fucking violent. You know, that's how I want it. You know, so so that alone, your big monster fights and the destruction, I'm giving it a 5 because it's worth it for that.
I'm pretty sure that's where I landed on this too. You know what? I'll even give it a 5.5. Just to, you know, it is better than average, but not by much.
It's better than Night Swim.
It's way better than Night Swim. The Americanized versions of these are just not impressing me at all.
I was trying, dude. I really tried. I mean, after the first couple of entries with this new universe, I was like, okay. I mean, at least I like this version of Godzilla. He looks pretty good. He's intelligent. I can go with that, but now it's ridiculous. And now that we've seen -1 and a real Godzilla on a rampage, oh yeah, that's what I want, and that's all I ever want again.
Folks, if you're looking for a current Godzilla movie to watch, -1, the way to go. Excellent movie. Heart, great writing, great performances. You gotta read because it is subtitled.
It's worth it,
but deal with it.
Hey, you read Train to Busan?
I did read Train to Busan.
This will keep you just as riveted.
Yeah. Christopher gives it a 5. Rick says there's nothing else to say. I did like it better than Ghostbusters though. 6.5. Wow.
Ooh. I get that though.
I see. Yeah, I can see that.
I get it.
Yeah. I mean, if you're just looking for,
there's a bit more action in Godzilla than there was Ghostbusters.
Oh, there's a ton more action in Ghostbusters. So, if you're looking for 2 hours of just special effects and that kind of entertainment, you'll enjoy it. But yeah, not for me.
10 times the budget, still looks worse than -1.
I mean, the effects aren't that bad in this.
It looks fine, but
there are a couple of moments that I'm just like, ooh.
You must have been sleeping during the suplex, man.
I did not see the suplex. I'll watch it again. I'm gonna wait until it comes out. And I had the 3D glasses on, which I never can really see. My eyes get all twisted out of place whenever I watch a 3D movie. It's hard for me. So I didn't even think about it when I got the tickets. I knew I had this time period to see it in, and that was it. So
I don't even think they offered it non-3D where I was.
I didn't go to the IMAX one, but I mean, I'm sure honestly,
that might have been better. That would have helped.
I'm not sure the IMAX would have kept me awake, honestly, because I ate a shit ton of food.
Oh, that would have been funny as fuck, though. You wake up and you're just like, oh, fuck. You fall right out of your chair because you're just like, where the fuck? Where am I?
Almost did, dude. I almost did. But, luckily there were only like 6 people in the entire theater when I saw it. So, before we get to our last feature, I do want to, I missed a comment earlier about this one. Because I thought it was an interesting thought. And I have a feeling I have a different way to go about this. Christopher wants to know how, speaking of Ghostbusters, how different would it be if it was just the new characters in Ghostbusters Frozen Empire? Would fans go see it without the cameos?
After Afterlife, I think they would.
I think so too. And I think I would have, as much as I love Bill Murray, and the 2 laughs that I got really good out in this movie were his, you could have written his character out. You could have written Janine out.
Yeah, all of them could have been really. I mean, except Ray. Ray needed to be there. Winston kind of needed to be there.
Winston could have been a cameo.
Yeah.
Winston could have shown up at the beginning and been like, I want to introduce you to my engineers. They're going to show you what I've been working on. I got to catch a flight to Dubai.
Yep. See you later.
See you later, motherfuckers,
Hmm.
bitch, and just gone out. So,
I
but
did
yeah.
love the one thing we didn't really talk about. Like one thing I enjoyed a lot in Ghostbusters. There was just a moment between Paul Rudd and God damn it, what's her name?
Phoebe,
No, the wife,
Callie,
Kelly.
Callie.
Callie, and she go, he's just like, she's trying to get her motivated. He's like, when there's something strange in the neighborhood, and she's just looking at him. He's like, who are you gonna call?
Yeah, that was cute.
She just looks at him, like, fuck you. And then he's like, there's something weird and it don't look good.
Yeah, that was
Who are you gonna
cute.
call?
But
She's like, Ghostbusters.
what?
I just gotta say, what is it? What? Yes, and we're the Ghostbusters. Let's go. And then he said, I just gotta say one more thing. He's like, busting makes me feel good. She's like, get out. Get out. So I mean,
That was cute.
that was good.
Yes, that was cute. I appreciated that for what it was.
And again, a perfect Paul Rudd moment, but it's the only one. It's the only one.
He had a couple of decent moments, but
Well, like I said, when they were talking about being dogs at the beginning, that was cool.
and I thought the opening scene, he was funny in that, but it wasn't much. But anyway,
we got one more
yes, we did.
little film to talk about because it deserves it.
It does deserve it. Grizzly says you need a good passing of the torch for something like Ghostbusters, and I thought Afterlife did that very well.
Correct.
That final scene in Afterlife is touching, dude,
Mhm.
and it works so well. And they didn't cheese that up.
How'd they not fuck that up?
Yeah.
Well, Jason Reitman didn't direct this either. He had another cat
That's
do it.
true. Yeah, they had that Gil Keenan do it.
Yeah.
But they didn't cheese that moment up, but they cheesed up. There was Olive Garden, like, let me know when to stop, piles of cheese on this one, and it was too much.
Didn't tell him to stop.
They didn't tell him to stop. Gil Keenan needed to tell them when to stop. Now I want some Alfredo. Luckily, I think I have some.
No, I don't need to. God damn it.
I have some leftovers I made the other day. All right. Last film we're going to talk about. Yes. Fuck yeah. Late Night with the Devil with the outstanding David Dastmalchian. Go, Ziggy.
Dude, I mean, I just, the concept just sounded so appealing to me. We got a late night talk show host going to have, it seemed like an exorcism live on a Halloween night broadcast, which fucking cool. Sounded great to me. Not quite what that was, but I mean, it's so interesting how they shot this fucking movie. It is so neat. It plays like a behind the music. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of give you the band, the drug addict band.
But I love the fact that they even include like the old style cards, like more to come. And,
oh yeah,
we're back.
It's so nice, and it's. I guess technically this is found footage in a way.
It is. Yeah.
This is the depiction. This we got the broadcast. It never aired. This is what we got, and
well, no, it aired once.
It aired once, right?
Right.
This is It's not been edited since that night. Here you go, and they pop it up like that, and it's just cool, man. It's just a nice, tasty little fucking. It's found footage done with style.
Well, first off,
yeah,
David, fantastic actor.
This guy is. We've all loved him. The Dark Knight. He's the crazy schizophrenic mute that Harvey Dent is going to shoot. He's also in. Oh fuck. Go ahead.
He was in Boogeyman.
Boogeyman. Yes. Yes. More.
He's in a ton of stuff. He's been around for a while. It's just, he's one of those guys that A, you can't pronounce his name, and B, you don't remember his name a whole lot until
you've
later.
Seen him in everything. He's everything.
But you've seen him in a shit ton of stuff.
And now he's ascended to leading man. So
finally,
yeah,
he's fantastic though, and this is a great role for him because it not only allows him to kind of play with his dark side, it allows him to play with his comedy, a little bit. And I fucking grew up watching Johnny Carson. I idolized that man. I loved what he did, and this is here comes the rain again. This is an ode to Johnny Carson for sure.
Oh yes, I mean, and that's what in this world he's up against Carson, the Tonight Show. He's trying to take down the Tonight Show, and he's the new kid. They signed him to a big deal, but then you start to see that he's got friends and like and what their Illuminati is in their world, So there's this whole other thread going on, and this is where I start to get a couple of problems with this movie because there's just not enough information there for what they're telling you and what plays out in this movie. I almost bet money that there's a prequel coming or a prequel somehow with this.
You think maybe they did like a Ty West?
Exactly like that.
They may have filmed it, but I haven't said anything about it yet.
There's no way. I haven't talked to you about this yet at all.
No, we haven't talked. Dude, I haven't talked to you since last Monday, asshole.
Right. Yeah. So, but I'm thinking, as intelligent fellows that we are, we can't. There was too much missed shit that's being mentioned. You're not shown. And so you're left there going, what the fuck are they talking about,
Well, but also keep in mind, that's an independent movie trick.
I get that, but... I get that.
Right.
I do get that, but...
You
know what I mean?
I do, and dude, I'd love to see more of this. And shot in the same style and everything?
Yeah.
Fuck, yeah.
We just like they took X... and then they did Pearl that way. You could have a regular movie shot out of this stuff with like filling in those questions.
The whole movie is shot in the old TV style.
Oh, that was annoying the shit out of me.
I loved that, dude. I thought that was great. It would be incredibly awesome is to get one of those old tube TVs and watch this movie on that.
Okay, that's neat. But I mean, do you really think that they needed to? I don't know. My screen, they had it. It was small. It was. Fucking,
oh yeah. No, half the screen on the edges weren't used.
Yeah.
I thought that was wonderful, man.
It was a nice touch. That's what I'm saying. I go, dude, this is totally. Look at this. There's no HD. It's fucking all. It's fucking. This is it, man.
Yeah.
This is how it looked.
Yeah. This is a good fucking movie, man. I'll say this, and I was looking forward to this.
Original.
But I was a little skeptical about this because there's 1 or 2, 3 movies a year, I guess, that really stand out. I just kind of thought this was too early in the year for this to come out.
Bullshit. I think we needed a strong entry. We haven't had one yet. This is it. This is the first one that was pretty good. Like that was like, wow, I didn't walk out completely disappointed,
Yeah, but
even having a pretty high bar going in, I was like, this is going to be good. I was thinking that's usually the kiss of death.
Yeah, I enjoyed the shit out of this. The story, too, we can kind of get into that. They're basically doing a Halloween special on this Johnny Carson style talk show. And the main guest is a girl that is said to be possessed, that's being treated by a psychologist or a therapist of some kind. A parapsychologist, I guess.
By the way, he's reaching the end of his 5-year deal, and he needs a big ratings hit to get a renewal.
Yeah, his ratings have been slipping.
Yes.
In the years previous. He's lost his wife to cancer the year before. And this girl that's possessed, and there's also a skeptic that's on the show that's trying to debunk everything. Yeah. And there's also basically a charlatan, not mind reader, but telepath of some sort.
Yep.
And all of this is going on during a live production. And the one thing I really enjoyed, though, was, and they did this so well, when they did go to commercial, they had the cameras rolling. They had like other cameras rolling.
Yeah, it'd go to black and white too.
Right.
You know,
and it was almost like, like documentary footage of behind the scenes stuff. And I love the way they did that, and they melded it so seamlessly together in a way, because like I was saying about the cards, hey, we got to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Card would come up and then it would go to black and white and you'd see, David running to talk to his producer about what the hell's going on. We got to fix it. Oh, well, this happened. Oh, well, shit. We can't talk about that. Don't tell anybody, it was great. And you have the other like production assistant running around every now and then. 2 minutes back to air. It was just so well done.
And then they finish up their little thing like, all right, we're gonna get there, and there's like, we're gonna talk about this after the show, and then it's all like, and we're back. They come back with the card, and just like fucking Letterman used to do and shit.
Yeah.
And Carson, of course.
Yeah.
But just very, very cleverly shot.
Well, and it's a fairly original story,
I agree.
I mean, it's elements of stories that you've seen before, but the way it's told and the way it's packaged,
yeah, man,
very new.
It throws curveball after curveball, and again, though, a lot of things aren't really pointed at. I think there's a lot we haven't. There's something there with the cancer wife. There's something there with the therapist. There's something there.
Oh
yeah.
Well, they allude
Obviously,
to.
They have some kind of relationship, yes. But
they allude to the therapist.
Yes.
They don't spell it out, but they allude to it.
But this devil.
I didn't mind not knowing everything. I'll put it that way.
It's fine, but I thought we were going to get it all kind of. This didn't seem like a movie to me that was going to ever have a sequel or prequel or anything. But at the end, I was like, well, there's no other way they can fix this, without showing something.
Yeah. I mean, they could.
If that's the intent, if it's just to make. Okay, if we're just going to pretend like this Illuminati thing doesn't exist and it had nothing to do with it, fine.
No, I think the Illuminati cult. Or style cult has maybe something to do with it.
I think it had all to do with it. I think it was he signed it all away, in my opinion. He agreed for a blood price.
Right. But
I don't get how
was the blood price his wife?
That's where I'm confused.
Was the blood price his career?
Do you get the 5 years? What I'm saying, it's all there, but it's there's too much, to put it to sort it out. There's too many choices there. Yeah. Definitely need to. I cannot wait for this to hit Shudder in a couple weeks.
Oh, I'll definitely watch this again.
Oh, fuck.
Almost immediately.
Oh, for sure,
Yeah, because I want to sit down and spend some time with this one. I wanted more in the theater. I get what you're saying.
We got layers here, dude, and I'm sure.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those movies that we missed shit while we were watching it.
For sure.
One time.
And I'm very tired this whole week here, so I very well may have been a little loopy when I saw it. It could be just me, but I don't think so, man, because I said I know. I was annoyed with this movie because we can't really. It's not going to show up on the 2024 fucking list because technically it had a showing at South by Southwest last year. A year ago in 2023 March. So
we may be able to make some kind of exception. I just, we agreed a while back that we were going to go by letterboxes.
I'm just saying if we have a premiere one showing at it's a big festival, granted, but
no, it had multiple
how was that
showings.
Screening, Crank? What did you think of the screening at that time?
Hey, you know what, dude? I used to go to fucking South by Southwest every fucking year. So go.
Did you go that year? Did you go
I
last
did not
year?
go that year because I
Okay,
stopped
that's
going.
my point.
I
Nobody saw
stopped
the
going
fucking
when I
thing.
wasn't covering music anymore. So go.
Here's
fuck
a
yourself.
brilliant movie, and now we're in this fucking weird zone where we can't fucking discuss it.
Dude, you think I'm not gonna start going to South by Southwest again just for the film festival
I
anymore?
can't wait to get in on that.
When we are
Yeah.
big enough to cover that
Kidding me?
shit?
Are you kidding me? I'm waiting for that.
Yeah.
Yes. Believe it. Yes. But my point is, nobody was there that fucking could appreciate this fucking movie like this.
Oh
you know?
bullshit!
Yeah.
Like all the horror mags were there.
It doesn't
all
make
the-
sense though.
all the major ones.
Why did it take a year and a month to make it out to any kind of release then at all? And why? I know Shudder picked it up and said, you know what? Somebody there went, hey, let's give this a run. They made the call.
Shudder's had it for a year. They got it in South by Southwest. I think.
Well, if it's just them sitting on it, okay, that's on them then. That's not a big deal. But still.
Well, I'll say that. Look at what we had this weekend though, and Rick has ranked them. I will get to that here in a minute. But I mean, Ghostbusters came out last week.
Yes.
We had Godzilla this week. We had Late Night with the Devil last week, and we had Immaculate last week. Then we also had Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2.
I haven't seen it yet.
This week. I didn't go see that one either. I was going to, but I couldn't use my free tickets on it, so I skipped it. I'm not paying $14 to see that. Not at all.
Everybody's saying there's 10 times more blood than the first one. I'm like, really?
I've heard it's a ton better than the first one, which honestly, that can't be hard.
Yeah, right.
That can't be that hard.
I just hope they kept that same tone, that same sense of humor with it for the first one, you know.
My point is, within 2 weeks, we had 4 major releases in the theater. I'm not counting Winnie the Pooh because it was only out for 3 days. But 4 major horror releases in the theater. And, you know, you can say Ghostbusters and Godzilla, horror, you know, close. Holy shit.
I don't hear a train.
No, my TV I just watched is not on the air anymore. My channel is down.
Oh, that's fun.
It's got the technical difficulties thing.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Find the nearest what is it, safety station?
I don't know if I have that on YouTube TV.
Pottersville. Is that Pottersville? Oh shit.
That's bizarre. Okay, now the other channels aren't freaking out, so they're showing American Idol at least. So I guess I'm safe.
Just that station got taken out.
Maybe that station just got not well. They're all kind of pretty close to each other, if I remember correctly. No, but we had 4 pretty major releases. You know, we're in a very interesting and exciting time for horror right now. Maybe you don't like all the horror that's coming out. I get that.
Oh.
You know, you don't like the woke shit. You don't like the the elevated horror or whatever. Okay, cool. But we're in an exciting fucking time for horror right now. It's not the 80s, but it's good stuff, man.
This is more than I've seen coming at us all in a short amount of time than since we've been doing this. Right now.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. We're in a renaissance, I guess you could call it. Is that a decent term for it?
That's fair. I just wish the quality was a little better on some of it.
I don't know why my voice went so high, but it tends to do that sometimes. We're in a good spot right now, guys, and you know, especially for what you guys like. You guys that are watching, enjoy. Try some shit in the theater. If there is something like Late Night with the Devil, even though you don't know any of the people in it, give it a shot. I wanted to go see Immaculate too, but my friend was not feeling well the one day that I had open for that movie. I had everything else kind of booked out, and I didn't get to go see that one, but I want to. I'm interested to see it. I've heard decent things about it so far. But and speaking of,
fuck, dude, I was shocked. I was like, fuck, I got to 3 movies this week amidst all this chaos.
Right. Rick from the Whole Damn Enchilada Pod says he's seen them all.
Seen them all.
8.5 for Late Night with the Devil, Immaculate 7, Godzilla 6.5, and Ghostbusters 6.4.
Hey, I like it.
Pretty entertaining trips to the theater.
No,
that's what I'm talking about, Rick. That's exactly what I'm talking about. We're in a good spot. If you're a horror fan right now, we're in a good spot. If you're a general horror fan,
sure.
If you're just, I only like 80s slashers and everything else sucks dick. If that's your thought, then yeah, you're not gonna like the next 10 years.
You're gonna be an unhappy person.
Yeah, and you probably were an unhappy person before that. Your mother probably didn't hug you enough, but that's a different story. I'm not that kind of therapist, or am I? But yeah, we're in a good fucking spot right now, guys, and I can't wait. There's so much.
Well, this one was, I mean, what a slice. I mean, I was pretty much, I'm beaten up after watching the first dozen movies we watched.
Gotcha, Rick. That was a comma of decimal. Ghostbusters 6. Gotcha. 4 pretty entertaining trips to the theater. Gotcha. Say that again. I'm sorry, Ziggy.
I don't even remember what I was saying. I started reading his thing. Yeah.
Hey, FaZe, rewind that and play it back for us.
Huh.
Oh no, you're not gonna do that.
I don't know. I was going on about
if you're not gonna do
this
that,
movie here, yeah. Yeah. I expected, just like I said, I was, just beaten up after the last few fucking films we saw. So I was expecting to be disappointed again with this, and even though I raised the bar so high with it, it was still very cool. The whole execution of it, and the fact I love that behind the music approach to it. That shit was fucking awesome,
dude. It was a great movie. We're still gonna have to wade through the shit. I mean, that's just part of the deal.
We do. That's what we do. But so, like I said, I appreciate when something like this comes along. So I was like, "Fuck, we're not even going to talk about it." And Craig's like, "We're going to talk about it." He already had the graphic up there.
Oh yeah.
I was like, "Good."
But I mean, you look at the calendar for the next several months. We've got some interesting shit coming. I'm curious. I almost hate to admit it, but I'm curious about The First Omen, which comes out this Friday.
I'm sick of seeing that trailer, so yeah.
I'm sick of seeing the trailer, but I'm ready to see the movie. I'm interested in Arcadian with Nicolas Cage coming out on the 12th, and Sting, that Spider movie, I'm curious about. Abigail, I'm psyched for on the 19th.
Again, it's getting high buckets of blood rating.
Yeah. Civil War, I'm interested in on the 26th.
Yeah.
Kind of curious about. I saw the TV Glow on May 3rd, and that's just for the next month, guys. That doesn't include The Strangers, Chapter 1, In a Violent Nature next month in May. The Crow, we'll see. The Watchers, A Quiet Place Day 1, Maxine in June and July.
At some point, we're getting Salem's Lot, the remake.
Long Legs. Yeah, there's a Salem's Lot, probably September, October of this year, if I had to guess. Alien Romulus.
That looks fucking, dude.
Beetlejuice. Saw 11. The American version of Speak No Evil, which I'm sure is going to irritate the fuck out of me.
Are we getting Scream this year, or is that going to be early next year?
No Scream this year. Probably mid to late next year.
That's usually a February, March for those guys. April.
Sometimes.
That 7 was, or
Smile 2, Terrifier 3, which somebody mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
The Wolfman, all in October. I don't know. The Wolfman got moved back, didn't it?
Moved back.
Yeah.
Much to the chagrin of the Colonel.
No, it wasn't Wolfman, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yes, it was.
And then Nosferatu in December, man. This year looks really fucking good for horror.
Packed. Well, that top 10 list is going to be tight now.
Well, and that doesn't even include the stuff that flies under the radar. Those are all major fucking releases right now. Those are all theater shit.
We got Shudder.
Doesn't count Shudder. Doesn't count Prime. Doesn't count Netflix. Which I know Netflix isn't hit and miss on horror, but they have one or two decent ones every now and then.
Here and there.
Max, Hulu, Tubi.
Freebie.
Dude, we're in a good fucking spot right now, and I'm fucking psyched. I am fucking psyched. I can't wait
to cover it all.
And there may be a point where we are doing a lot more reviews. For the next few months, especially
or double features anyway, like this, or triple features.
Yeah, double, triple features again.
This one though, I mean, I can't wait to watch it again because there's stuff there you just gotta see. You gotta see. It blows right past you in the information and how they're giving it to you, but you're seeing it. It's all there. I keep thinking of things that's like, fuck, I gotta see this again. I gotta see it again.
Oh, I definitely want to see it again.
Yeah.
I got to point this out because he's our buddy, and I don't get to see him in here very often. But Corey Holiday, right there from Vile Consumption.
Hell yeah.
He says Ghostbusters was upsettingly bad. I get it, man.
I understand.
I was disappointed for sure. I don't know if I'd say bad, but I get what you're saying.
It fits the universe, though.
Yep. Oh shit. Oh, that was you. Christopher says 80s horror had its fair share of cheese amongst the great. Absolutely. And dude, I would say half the movies that we love from the 80s
are terrible.
Aren't great movies. Aren't even good movies. We just love them.
I've heard people shit on The Fog and stuff, and it's like, I see what you mean, but you're wrong.
But you're not here, so go fuck you.
Yeah.
Rick's got a couple of comments here. He says, I'm gonna see it too, The First Omen, that is, but I don't think I'll like it. And he really wants to see Abigail. And did you see that preview for the wannabe Friday the 13th? I assume you're talking about In a Violent Nature.
That the point of view,
the one from the slasher's point of view.
Yeah.
I think that one's going to be interesting. I think that one's going to be really fucking interesting. So, and Christopher adds, today's horror landscape really is like the seedy horror section of the mom and pop rental joint in the 80s. You still got your major releases, but for your mom and pop scenario there, yeah, that's where you've got your Tubi, your Prime, your Hulu, your Shudder. That's definitely where that stuff is going. And I'm here for it, man. I'm abso-fucking-lutely here for it. Late Night with the Devil releases on Shudder April 19th. If you don't have Shudder by then, you fucking should, because you need to see this movie. So, what would you rank this? What would you rate this one? We didn't give it a number yet, did we?
I know. I was thinking about that, and I mean, it's by far the best thing I've seen this year in horror, by far. I mean, if we were ranking it for last year's list, where would it rank? I didn't even go. I know you did it. I didn't go and put it up against those films.
I put it at number 9.
I'd have to look at my list.
I think I put it right above Renfield, if I'm not mistaken. Pull your list out. You got your. Do you don't do?
Yeah, but I don't know where the fuck it is.
Or let me rephrase that. You don't keep up with Letterboxd like I do.
Not like that. Let me see though if I got it. Blumhouse.
Yep, I put it at 9, right above Renfield. So Renfield was 10. Late Night with the Devil, Talk to Me, 8. 7, Godzilla -1. 6, Hell House Origins. 5, No One Will Save You. 4, The Boogeyman. 3, Cobweb. 2, Last Voyage of the Demeter. And 1, The Fall of the House of Usher. So I guess I really put it at 8 if you want to take Fall of the House of Usher out, because it was a series rather than a film. But
I'm gonna go ahead and say I'd put it between 5 and 8, somewhere in there. Probably on my list. Based on, it would definitely bump off Cocaine Bear or whatever and that kind of shit.
I think I would put this just under Lisa Frankenstein, though, for me right now, for this year. So it would be number 2 on this year so far. I dug Lisa Frankenstein a lot, man. I'd give it the same score. I think an 8, but.
Yeah, I think I like this a little bit better than Lisa Frank. I dug Lisa Frankenstein. That's still number 2. But yeah, this is
number 1 for you.
Yeah, for now, it's top. And I also giving it an 8. It's an 8. 8 for me on Late Night with Devil.
There you go.
You guys are constantly bitching about originality. You're constantly bitching about a fresh approach on something. Fuck, you're getting it all with this, man, and it's cool.
Yeah, you get it, but you don't go see it. But you go fucking see Godzilla versus Kong for $80 million domestic.
Yeah,
what
did this make? Do we know? Oh, it made $666,000
on one day.
Yeah, in one day
on 2 Sundays ago. FaZe looked that up. I want to say it hit 10. I think it hit 10 or 12 million.
Well, there was about a dozen people in my theater when I saw it. So
I walked out with an older guy that watched it by himself too. And I was just like, that was a pretty fun watch. He was like, yeah, it was all right. It was all right. I was like, all right. Yeah, I guess he didn't like it as much as I did, but
I just walked out going like, thank God this is coming out right away on Shudder, because I'm like, I want to get on this shit, study it a little bit just to see. Yeah. I want to know where it's coming from because there's a couple angles here, and and again, maybe I missed a couple of other these obvious clues that some of the things that the devil says.
Mm-hmm. There may be more that we just we missed in the original showing. Oh, there's an Olive Garden commercial. They're piling the cheese on. Just like I was talking about.
There was no cheese in this one. I mean, fuck, they got you got your host and you got your sidekick guy cracking the jokes and everything. Dude, it's just so good. I actually got swept into it. You know what I mean? I was in that fucking audience.
I wish the sidekick guy was more of an like a visible alcoholic though, so it could be like an Ed McMahon throwback.
Pepsi, a good mixer. Ice is a good mixer for you, Ed. That was the best.
That was the best, dude. Well, there were so many times where they'd come back from commercial and he'd be putting his glass like down on the ground. Like, oops, didn't know you were already there.
That last break is when you got the most of those. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You are correct, sir.
Correct, sir. Rest his fucking soul, man. And Johnny.
Rest both their fucking souls. They're
motherfuckers.
You can lick on Jimmy Fallon's balls all you want. There will never ever be another Johnny Carson. And if you didn't grow up with him, it will be difficult to understand that. I get that.
A lot of that shit is still hysterical, dude. Like anytime Frank Sinatra or any of those.
Oh, any of the time the Rat Pack's on there. Don Rickles.
I'll watch all of them. Give me all of them in a row. He's the best. Roaster extraordinaire king.
He
roasted my dad in Vegas.
Nice.
My dad was walking.
I have to hear that story.
It's real quick. It's simple. He was walking. He was on stage in Vegas. My dad was on his way to the blackjack tables, and Don Rickles goes like, "Oh, geez, look at this guy." My dad had his tuxedo on. He goes, his collar probably has rust marks from the clip-on bow tie, and he was so embarrassed, dude. The whole place just busted out laughing at him. So I mean, and he might have been wearing a clip-on fucking bow at the same time. So,
that's beautiful.
Yeah, it was great. So he actually got fucking roasted by Rickles.
The day he passed away, I had to host a karaoke show that night, and I put a sign on the door where you walk in. I was just like, if you are easily offended, this Don Rickles tribute show may not be for you. And I ripped everybody that came in the door. I had like a list of Don Rickles like cut downs, just and somebody the owner I ripped on for having a big ass nose, you know, and he even turned around like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, it was beautiful, but yeah, I love that show. Anyway, love those old school comedians.
Devil?
Yeah,
No.
did you get a box office on that?
Oh yeah, the box office is somewhere. It's tough to find. It's somewhere over 6 million. It's like 6.2 or 6.6.
Okay, yeah.
Can't imagine they
there it
spent
is.
too much.
Yeah, and okay, Rick found it too. He says one thing he found was 6.6 million. I normally go to boxofficemojo.com if you are looking for a source for that later. Yeah, cool. Well, that's a shit ton more than its fucking budget, I guarantee you. And it'll make more.
It's just, I'm interested in this crew's crafting style. I hope they do more stuff off the path like this. I'm in.
Well, I'm worried about now. Are we going to get a lot of like copycats? Oh, we found this TV show from, like the same station that used to run Wayne's World in Aurora, Illinois.
I'll accept a few of those, but you know what I mean? What else can you do here? You can't really do like, at least you can't have it. Well, maybe you can have the exorcism because they never really did that kind of thing. You just got to talk to the devil here. That was what the whole thing was, an interview with the devil. And it does get a little bit disturbing for a second. So, I mean, it's cool. It's a good payoff.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to talk about none of that shit, though. We're just let that happen. Go see it. Go see it.
We got to wrap it up anyway. It's like
we're 18 minutes over. See what I'm saying? We got no Colonel needs to go to bed. We just keep on going.
We could just keep talking. How you been, man? You all right? I haven't talked to you since last week.
It's great, man. Easter was good.
That's good. All right.
Oh my God.
Just kidding. All right. Get back up there. All right. Yeah, you hadn't been cut off. Yeah. Oh shit. Don't even start. Don't do it. We got to wrap. We got to wrap this up. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us during the double and triple feature reviews one last time. Got to thank our members. FaZe, you're going to get covered up a little bit, so whatever. Special thanks to our final girls and guys. Well, you, for one, Chris, Lorena, BD, and Tyrone. Our Crazy Robs, Dr. Smiley, Rick, and Raymond. And our camp counselors, 42nd Street Pete, Corey, Luke, Michigan Dave, Jimmy and Rachel, Stacy Lynn, Orlando, Patricia, Kristen, and JJ. Thank you, guys.
Got an applause this time.
You got an applause this time. I didn't cut out. If you want to become a member, check us out at deathcursesociety.com. Also, head on over there and check out our Stranger Things shirt, which is available now. And I didn't even hit that. And of course, the Angelo Mariano collection, which is on our shop. Also, one last time, thanks to our associate producer, FaZe. Appreciate the work. Hope you enjoyed just sitting down there listening to us bullshit for 2.5 hours. But you do that normally, just not on screen.
Yeah.
Well, if he'd have seen the movies, he could have interacted a little bit. But what are you going to do?
I tried seeing one of them.
He tried to see one, and
they shut him down. What are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
I should have seen Late Night with the Devil, though. That sounds amazing. I'm going to catch out on Shudder.
You got Shudder, yeah.
You got Shudder in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
2.5. One thing I didn't get to show that I had ready was the poll that we did on YouTube earlier this week or last week. Which movie are you most excited for that's in theaters right now? 44% said Late Night with the Devil over Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
These are our people.
Yeah, at 28% for Ghostbusters. Immaculate was 16%, and Winnie the Fuck You Pooh was at 12%. So
I'll see that eventually.
Yeah, I will eventually, but I'm not looking forward to it. I don't see.
I got it before just to totally ridicule it and laugh at it. And I ended up, dude, they got me with the fucking Piglet died, and or whatever, and they ate him.
Jesus Christ. I had it like when I thought I was going to go see it, because I was going to try to do a double feature with, I think it was Godzilla and that. And when I woke up after, near the end of Godzilla, I tried to get on and buy tickets to Winnie the Pooh, and it was like, oh, you can't use your AMC Stubs, membership for this one. You got to pay $14. I was like,
Oh my God.
fuck you.
Boo.
No. If anything should be free for the fucking members, it should be that piece of shit.
I didn't have to pay for the devil, I don't think. I think that ended up being free.
No, I saw that one on my membership. But,
Yeah, it's like they were like, "Hey, you earned a free ticket. You want to
Nice.
redeem it?" I was like, "Yes, I would.
Oh, why? Yes, I do.
Yes, I would."
All right. Well, send them out there, Ziggy.
Wow, man. 3 movies, Easter Sunday, the whole thing, the sale. It's all crazy. It's just a whirlwind, but I love it. And wish those movies were a little bit better. Late Night with the Devil, highly recommend. The other 2, see at your convenience. Let's see. Next week we've got April 8th. Oh Lord, can we tell them now? Can we talk about it?
Do you want to do that, or do you want to swap the 8th and the 15th?
What is the 15th?
Top 5 of 2004.
Let's get this out of the way, dude. I need to get this done because I've been psyching myself up now for a couple of weeks. So
yeah, but have you watched anything or thought of
anything?
anything?
I'm going to do it now this week.
Okay.
Maybe tomorrow since I'm off.
All right.
So
shit, now I wish I had done like graphics for this.
That's okay. So we're gonna do a thing. Some other sites have done things like this before, but
not like this.
Not like this.
Not like the
there's
way
a little bit of there's a little passion involved here, both ways. But we're gonna start taking a look at movies and their remakes, and just kind of compare them, and maybe see what the redeeming qualities are of said remake, if there are any, if it could possibly be better than the original. Maybe, I don't know.
Some might,
but I can tell you this: not this one.
Because we're starting with a classic, folks.
We're starting with a classic. It's great because it's one of the best. It's one of my favorites of all time. It is John Carpenter's The Fog. However, there's another piece to the pie here. About 19 years ago, they remade John Carpenter's The Fog.
Was that 05? Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It had the Superman guy at the time. He was playing Smallville, right?
Not Brandon Routh.
Tom Welling.
Tom Welling. Yeah.
Yeah.
October 14th, 2005.
Okay. See, I'm not a complete waste. So they made this movie, and I'm mad already because I was excited for this when I heard about it. And I wanted to go see the Fog remake. And then not even this isn't even a remake. This is a retelling, a reimagining. Mm-hmm. And I just said, you know what? You can modernize the fuck out of this. I'm fucking in. I'm in. And I went and saw it.
And you were disappointed.
Not only was I disappointed, I was just like, how dare they? And then how dare John Carpenter? I'm going to search around and try to find the quotes he made about the Fog remake because I remember him saying positive things. It must have been a hell of a check, Crank, that went into his hand for him to say that.
Oh, it was like Jay and Silent Bob. $15,000, little man. Put that shit in my hand.
So yes, I am forced to rewatch one of the banes of my existence, the Fog retelling.
But I don't think we've explained this well enough. We're going to dig deep into this, folks. I need to pull up my notes to even get to this.
How deep can you dig into a puddle?
Well, that's the thing. We're going to compare both, the original and the remake. So we're going to look at character development. We're going to look at the story. We're going to look at the modernizing elements of said story. We're going to try to find those elements of the remake that are worthy, because it all can't be that bad. I understand it's going to be bad, but it
Ladies
all
and gentlemen,
can't be that bad.
I'm gonna murder this man next week for John Carpenter's The Fog. Don't
And
miss this. You're
this
gonna
is-
see a new side.
This is possible. You could. That could be the case. I can't even find my notes on this right now.
I
So.
can't believe you've got notes on this already. You know, I mean,
Well, just when I pitched it to you guys.
yeah. Okay.
Like,
no, it's
oh,
fine.
there it is. I think.
Yeah. I'm not happy that I have to watch this, but it has been 19 years since I've seen it. So maybe, possibly, could I soften up my position on this movie?
No.
Is it just a general hatred towards I'm just such a love of the original? I'm older now. But I just, from what I remember, it still makes me angry. So I think it's going to be very much a bad thing for this remake for me to see it again. But we will see next week.
Here's some of the other things that we're gonna compare: the marketing, posters, trailers, etc., the overall plot and changes that were made for the remake, introductions. How are the characters introduced? How is the story introduced? Character development and acting for both, and comparing them. The writing, the direction, cultural relevance for the time of its release. So we got to look back at, 82, right? 80 and 2005. We got to get in those time frames to watch those movies. Cameos, Easter eggs, tributes. And then of course the final category or subject when we discuss this will be, was there a need for this remake? Oh, look at him smile on that one, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to murder this man next week.
Murder.
We're going to have fun with this one. And I'm not saying I'm going to be like all pro remake. I'm on Ziggy's side on most of this, but
You have to be.
Somebody has to provide a counterpoint.
You do, and I'll take it as such. Obviously we're hamming it up a bit, but it will get serious because this movie's a piece of shit, man. I'm sorry. And
spoiler alert.
But I get it. There are a lot of people that hate the original Fog. They just don't they don't like that kind of ghost story, And
I want to hear from people that don't like the original Fog.
Yeah.
Out in the comments. Because I want to know your position on it.
And do your diligence to watch the Fog retelling. I won't call it a remake because it's not, hopefully
this is gonna be fun, dude.
May it light a fire in your belly that will avoid the Elizabeth Dane from crashing on the rocks because God damn it does in mine. I you know what? I'm gonna watch the original Fog tonight just because I'm already so pissed. I can't stand this shit. And it's a week away.
Yeah, Rick says, I'm going to watch it too this week. Ever since I've been watching you guys, I've been so curious how bad this must be.
Oh.
Joshua says the remake is garbage.
Oh, Josh. Tell him, man.
Grizzly says, I do not usually like remakes. More times than not, original is the better. I personally think there are a handful of.
There's a handful.
The Fly being one. The Thing being another. I will lose this battle with these guys, but I think Let Me In is better than Let the Right One In.
The American version?
Yeah, I like the American version. I think it tells that story better. That's one we're going to get into at some point. So, and Christopher says, I feel that way about the Nightmare 2010, Zag. That ruined remakes for me. Christopher, funny you should mention that because that's on the agenda.
Yeah.
For May.
I hate that.
Do the same exact format.
We're gonna do that. I'm sure we're gonna do Friday the 13th. I'm sure we're gonna do
of course,
Halloween, and but this one is special because
we have to start with this one because it like Rick said, he's been curious about this movie since he started watching us. So because you especially have railed on it too much.
Spewed nothing but bile and venom
And
for
contempt.
19 years about this movie. Contempt and absolute disgust and disdain for the attempt to sully this great piece of art.
So I'm just telling you guys right now, next week is going to be a lot of fun. And I don't think Colonel's going to be here next week either because of softball season. So
it's a shame because I would love to. He's good at stirring my paint and getting me more pissed. So I mean,
FaZe may have to be the moderator.
Yeah.
Are we going to do this debate style? Like you get 2 minutes to talk about the pro, and I get 2 minutes to talk about the con?
No, because I can't
suck the fun out of it.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm not. I know you're not against me like that way. You know what I mean? It'd be manufactured. So, it's just not there, man. It's just not there. You know what I mean? We can't even fake it. I mean, it's just not there. So, you know what? You got to do what you got to do, man. I'm gonna give you my honest response because I'm gonna put a camera on myself while I'm watching this fucking piece of shit again, just to get genuine facial responses. There's a couple of key scenes I absolutely remember my temperature going up. So I mean, this is gonna be crazy, man. And yes, there's no fucking way this thing can be defended and actually come out on top in any kind of debate. So I mean, if it does go that way, I guess I'm gonna be hacking no matter what we do. So it's gonna be a bloodbath.
Yep. I can't wait for this, guys. We have been planning this for 6 months, maybe a little more.
Came up and I got sick to my stomach when it came up the first time. You know, I mean,
and I'm psyched, dude. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but then it was like, no, we can't do it now. We got the con coming up, or no, we got the holidays coming up, or no, we got this, blah 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 blah. Finally. It's time. The remake, Christopher, is on Hulu or Disney Plus. Looks like those are the two free ones.
Disney fucking Plus. You know what? I do remember seeing it out there. I'll watch it there because it'll be commercial free at least. It'll be less
Disney for me, but it could be on there.
Might be gone now.
Well, you might have to pay for the original though, because it's you gotta rent it on Prime or Apple TV or Vudu. Right. It looks like
well worth it.
Or maybe you own it already. You should own it already.
You know what?
Hulu and Disney are the same.
I have like 3 copies over here. I mean, if anybody wants,
there you go. Ship those out.
Yep. Fuck, man. Yeah. I mean, that's
next week's gonna be fun though, guys. I can't wait.
I'm happy I got some downtime this week to really look into this. I mean, like I said, I'll be more shocked than anybody if this is actually somehow my mind has changed. I just don't see it happening.
I want to see. I mean, personally, I want to see the anger because that makes for good TV. But I also do want to. I do want to see you soften on something. I don't know what yet, but I think
ending.
I think it'd be something if you came across and were just like, you know what? I knew I hated this scene, kind of like we did with Jason Goes to Hell.
Sure.
I remember seeing that in theater and hating it, like not necessarily walking out pissed, but just like, what the fuck? Why would they do that? I'm different on it now, though.
I appreciate it now, and I have seen The Hidden a couple of times more recently, and I still think he got all that from that, but
he says no. But
yeah. I did. It's just too close. The only thing, it's just there's no heavy metal. He's not into the heavy metal. That's the alien liked heavy metal in The Hidden, but the body jumping is identical. I mean, but still, it is different enough, and I do like what he did with it, and I'm sure liking Adam as a friend it helps a lot too.
That helped.
I think about sure, but I mean, it's not the worst fucking Friday in the bunch, dude. That'll always go to part 8.
No, yeah, absolutely. Or maybe the remake.
I even softened up on the remake, man. I mean, even though it's 4 movies crammed into one, It does have. It's still a Friday the 13th, more so than the Nightmare on Elm Street is.
Pot Farm Jason. That's all I'll say.
Pot Farm Jason, baby.
Pot Farm Jason.
I like pot though. So.
I know you do, but so dumb.
Let me tell you though, there's not enough pot on the planet that's going to help me enjoy this next viewing of the Fog retelling.
Mm-hmm. We may have to have a poll either after the Fog or after Nightmare on Elm Street's remake watch to discuss what would be next.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
See what the fans want us to watch. What movie do we need to just completely? What movie remake do we need to completely berate and disparage? Most likely slander.
I mean, at some point we're going to have to. A hard one for me is going to be Dawn of the Dead, because I'm fond of Snyder's remake.
They're both pretty good.
Yeah, but different enough, but still, as I like to say, the best way I like to say it is, what a great job with the material. A tribute to the material, the original material.
Well, and that, I think a good point of our comparing for that one especially will be the cultural relevance of the time.
100%.
That will be a huge discussion for both of those movies.
Fuck, Night of the Living Dead, that'll be another one.
Yeah.
Has to. You know, we got
Dawn was 2004?
Yes.
Yeah. So.
And then our other one was 68 and 90.
Yeah.
So Day of the Dead, I don't really want to fuck around with that, because those remakes don't have anything to fucking do with it. It's like that's almost like that's getting into Fog territory with those Day of the Dead remakes.
Ooh, the crazies.
I'm okay with that, because how about the House at Dreaded Sundown?
We'll have to we'll have to do Let the Right One In, let me in too. That'll be in there at some point.
The Thing? That'll be tough.
We'd almost have to.
Interesting, because it's such a different take.
It's such a different movie. So,
see this for you guys. We're gonna.
This is just the prep work.
Yeah,
and we're already arguing for 30 minutes.
All right. Yes, I signed off my part already. So
there's a good one, John.
Chainsaw Massacre. Goddamn right.
That's a good one right there. All right, kids, ladies, gentlemen, guys, Ziggy, FaZe, thank you guys. Colonel, sorry we missed you. Hope you enjoyed watching some of this while you were maybe at the ball field. So
maybe not. Watch the Fog, folks.
Maybe
both of them.
Yep. Watch both the Fogs and come with your notes next week. Dude, this is gonna be so fucking fun. I really can't wait for this. So,
God damn it, I'm already upset, dude. I mean,
yeah, I can see like the red coming up your neck already. It's beautiful.
Nice.
You don't fuck with perfection like that, and if you do, you better come with. You better bring it. Not like that.
You're killing me, dude. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next week. In fact, we're 40 minutes closer to next week than we should be. So, woo! Have a good night.
Woo!
Rock and roll!
Nice.
Just in the middle of a dream, I was kissing Valentino by a crystal blue Italian stream. But I can't be late, 'cause then I guess I just won't get paid. These are the days when you wish your bed was already made. It's just another manic Monday. It was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day.
Ah! Ah!